What's happening, guys? All right, so we're trying something out right now. We are going live on Instagram. We are going live on TikTok, Facebook, Rumble, Kick, Twitch. We're trying Twitch for the first time, so hopefully I don't get kicked off of there, and several other places. So I don't want to get kicked off of TikTok, so we kind of do this every time we go on TikTok. You guys should do this as well. You just say woke, 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 AOC, Gavin Newsom for president, believe all women. What else should we say? Whatever, raise our taxes, let them all in, open borders. Just say all those words that you need to say in order for TikTok to not ban you. Because TikTok is a crazy, crazy place, man. So, we're all, we're all here. We're all a bunch of male feminists and Gavin Newsom supporters. So I'm glad you guys were able to join us. All right, guys. Okay, I see you guys on Instagram. So here's the thing. I got a couple of friends that are probably going to be joining me. Here's how this is going to go from this point forward. I'm probably going to be doing these Wednesdays and Fridays, or maybe just Wednesdays or just Fridays. I haven't figured that out yet. I tried doing this 4 days in a row, and it's too much work. So I'm going to try doing this for a while. For the first hour, we're going to do Q&A. So if you guys have questions, I'm going to try to get to those questions. I do need some help. Siege, if you could write me, because Siege, I know you join all my things. If you could write me, I'd love it if you could help me with the questions. You jump on, I'll just give you a link and you can jump on the StreamYard here real quick. I'm going to try to keep up with what you guys are saying. And let me see on TikTok. I still have a few people. All right. I see a few people that have joined us on TikTok. I am going to be able to share my screen. I figured out how to share screen on TikTok. So I'm going to try to do that there. And then all of you guys who are watching me on the 6 other platforms, you guys should be able to see what I share my screen. For those of you watching me on Instagram, you're just going to hear what I'm sharing, but you're not going to be able to see it. Sorry. My advice to you would be to go to Kick, Rumble, or X. So this is a couple reasons why I wanted to do this. First, my team has been asking me to do live streams for a while. I love doing them. I've done a few of them and I really enjoy doing them. So I'm excited to do them. And then hold on, let's see. All right, cool. I'm trying to make if you guys can see the chat here. One of the things I want to do is I want to encourage those of you who have been thinking about doing some kind of streaming like what I'm doing right now. I wanted to let you know I started my podcast at 44 years old. No, was I 44? 43. I was 43 years old. I want you to think about that. I'm 48 now. So 5 years ago at 43, most of you guys are not 43 years old. The best day to start this brand that you've been looking to start was yesterday. If you guys are looking for a place to encourage you to do it, this is it. And I will tell you, my first episode that I did on my podcast, it was an episode called The Playmate and the Fighter Pilot. I had Adam Butel, who was an F-18 fighter pilot, and I had Jesse Preston, who was a former Playboy Playmate. I had them on, and I was like comparing and contrasting their lives, which honestly ended up being the precursor to what became Access Vegas. But what I want to let you guys know is when I did that first episode, I got 1,000 views on YouTube. I got 1,000 views. Bro, I was so thankful. I can't even express to you how grateful I was to the people for watching, 1,000 people watching me on YouTube. If you guys have ever seen that first episode of I Show Speed, when he's sitting there talking, he's sitting there playing like NBA 2K, and he gets his first super chat ever. He never got a super chat before. And he gets one, and you can like see like truly how thankful he is. And I can tell you in that moment, maybe not today, but in that moment, he didn't give a shit that everyone liked him or didn't like him. What he cared about was the fact that he was doing something he loved and that somebody out there appreciated it. So I'm here to tell you guys, as cheesy or as corny as this sounds, no matter what you think, there's an opportunity for you to contribute if you're willing to put in the work and actually build a brand. Most of you are not going to become as big as I Show Speed. Most of you are not going to become Joe Rogan. Most of you are not going to. Most of you are not going to become as big as Chris Williamson or whatever else. There's a million other podcasts that you guys might, Diary of a CEO, Andrew Huberman, Lex Friedman, whoever you want to bring up. But it doesn't matter because you should be doing this for you. And I will tell you something, guys, nothing in the world has helped me more at being able to sell, because I'm, obviously I work with a bunch of incredible salespeople and I speak at sales conferences. Nothing has helped me with being able to sell. Nothing has been able to help me more persuade. Nothing that I've done has helped me more when it comes to talking to women than doing these live streams and to talk on camera, because I get to watch myself. Do I have the weird ticks in my face? Is, hey, what's going on? Hey, how are you doing? Like, do I do any of those things? No. How do I know that? Because I watch myself on camera. Okay. It's an incredible opportunity. And guys, I'm going to tell you right now, if 100 people watch you, bro, that kicks so much ass. I can't even express it to you. Okay. So I see a bunch of people that are on here right now. Hold on a second. Let me do this real quick. Where are you guys at? There they are right there. What's going on? Hey, see, Ari, can you hear us, Ari?
I can hear you. Can you guys hear me?
All right, beautiful. So Ari, we're going to react to some of these too. If you guys have questions, you guys can ask the questions. Ari is one of the guys in Men of Action. Kevin is in Men of Action too. He's there as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to go backwards through some of these questions. Hold on, let me move the screen here so it's not over Ari's face. Let's go wide. Okay, cool. Now the screen is not on Ari's face, and we'll make it medium right there. All right, beautiful. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go through questions for the first hour. Let me ask you guys to do something for me, please. If you are a supporter of free speech, please go on Rumble, please go on Kick, please go on X and follow me there. The reason why I'm saying that is because you never know what's going to happen in the next couple of years. I will tell you, during the Biden administration, I'm not saying it was because of the Biden administration, but during that administration, I was getting my butt kicked. I was losing. I was getting demonetized. I was getting deplatformed. I was getting ratioed. And then recently, I will say since 2024, 2025, a lot of that has gone away. One of the reasons why they've lifted some of the censorship restrictions on YouTube is because Kick came out and said, we're not going to have those same restrictions. And you see all those people going to Kick. I'm sorry, not Kick, Rumble. All those people went to Rumble. Same thing with Twitch. Twitch has a bunch of censorship restrictions. Those censorship restrictions, a lot of them were lifted because of Kick. Kick caused it to happen. That's free market capitalism. And the more you support those platforms, the more we protect free speech. So I think it's really important for you guys to do that. Okay? All right, let's do this real quick. We're going to go back through the questions. First off, I think I have a super chat. Do I have a super chat? I sure do. Let me put this up real quick. Shout out to Tyler. Okay, let me see if I can do this, guys. I'm going to try to go on. For those of you who are watching me on.
By the way, if you hear yourself back at any point, let me know. If you get feedback
cool.
on the audio.
Let me see what happens here. Okay, cool. Sure. So let's move this right here, and I'm going to make this bigger. And okay, cool. This is going to be kind of weird for those of you watching me on TikTok, because you're going to see like a screen, but you guys can actually read the questions and you'll be able to see what I'm sharing on. Actually, you know what? I probably could do. I could just get rid of this. You know what I'm saying? I could just get rid of this and then move. No, I can't do that. Okay. All right. We're going to just do this real quick. You guys, those of you who are watching me on TikTok, you should be able to see the screen pretty well right quick. All right, so first question here is fellow MOA member here, Miami or Vegas for Social Circle. I live in South Florida. All right, first off, somebody who doesn't live in either one of those places. Ari, what do you think?
New York City.
New York is better than Miami or Vegas. Kevin, what do you think?
Kevin. Hold on. Hang on. Get no audio set up.
I mean, I think it's
you guys hear Kevin?
What's up, guys? I think it's a really bad question because it's like, what is your goal? It should be very clear based on what your goals are, what city to go to. It's completely goal dependent. It's like a really stupid question. It's like saying like, should I move to Africa or should I move to Australia? It's just like, it's like horrible question. Like you need to give more info.
It makes it. I mean, I understand why he's asking it, right? It kind of makes sense because people are asking, like, from a social circle perspective, what's an easier place to be able to do this? Hold on, guys. I'm trying to change something on TikTok here so you guys can see everybody better. I get it, but I also understand what Kevin is talking about too, which is just kind of understanding what is it that you're looking for. For me, I was looking for the easiest place for me to be able to level up with as many people as possible. So for me, there's a triangle in every city. Los Angeles has a tall, narrow triangle, meaning there's a bunch of sick-ass parties in Calabasas. You're not invited to any of those parties. The hottest parties, the coolest places to go to, you're not invited to go to any of those things. In New York, Chicago, for the most part, there's an elite group of people having elite events in San Francisco that you're not going to be invited to. Miami is a lot like that too, but Vegas is not really like that. Vegas, wherever the coolest people, hottest, biggest celebrities, hottest girls are, you can go to those places as being a local. So I think as far as ease of access, I would put Vegas above every other place. And then also I will say this, if you like, those really hot, light-skinned black girls, I would go to Atlanta. If you like some big booty Latinas, let's go to Miami. If you like the kind of girls I like, what's up, Ari?
So the reason I said New York, my primary reason, it's a good point that Kevin made, is looking at the business opportunities, the dating opportunities, the nightlife. If you take a combination of everything, so Vegas is my favorite #1 for nightlife. If you talk about the weather, half of the year, Miami is going to be the one. It's for each area of your life, but I feel like the combination of like all of them as a collective, I feel like New York excels when you collect all of them. And secondly, Vegas has a ceiling. And like you can reach the ceiling in Vegas, and like if you really follow the steps like that you teach, if you like learn to network really well, you can reach the top in like 3 to 6 months. You're like you can be friends with like all the billionaires, all the millionaires. New York is just like the ceiling.
But
is
this
like
guy
endless.
says New York is shitty, so I mean, it can't be that good.
Yeah. Oh shit. Oh my God.
If
Someone in the comments said New York
is
is shitty. Never mind. I take everything back I said.
It can't be good.
That's one thing you can. That's one thing you can definitely do is tell people from New York that they're wrong. You can tell them that they really appreciate that.
Bro, the thing is, it all is dependent on your goals. It's like the idea of building a social circle. It's not this generic thing. It's a customized puzzle based on what you want. So it's like to build a social circle. It's like you can make friends anywhere. It's super easy to make friends anywhere. It's just what type of people do you want? Like you said, there's different demographics in every city.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I appreciate it. Again, if I was getting into fixed income, I would go move to Chicago I would move to Chicago. If I was getting into, commodities, I'd move to Chicago. If I was getting into listed equities, I would move to New York. If I was trying to become a music or television producer, I would probably move to Los Angeles. It just depends on what it is that you're looking for. As far as social circle, like what Kevin says is true. The reason why I like Vegas, though, is there's just a new group of people to socialize with every week, and everyone visits here. Of all the cities in the U.S. that everyone visits once a year, especially people who are successful, Vegas is going to top every other city in the country, including New York. Everyone comes and visits here because, we have 300,000 people come here for the conventions. We have another 300,000 people coming. We have the Super Bowl coming up for F1. We have all these different things that were reasons why people come here to network. And the other thing that I just think is a massive advantage is no state income taxes, very few homeless, crime is not that bad. And traffic is not that bad. So I like it here. Good question, man.
They were going to do an F1 in New York, but there's just too many potholes.
Yeah, exactly. They were going to run over too many homeless people. All right, let's go. Manny One Lingo asks, is Myron Gaines the king of the red pill, you think? I don't know. I mean, it's an interesting question. I don't know that that's a thing. It's almost like saying, who's the king of physics, right? Like, it's almost like saying, who's the king of gravity? It's like, red pill is supposedly like a lens that you look at the world through. So like saying that Myron is the king of it, I think Myron is good at what Myron does, and what Myron does is different from what Rollo or any other content creator in that space does. So I don't even think Myron would say he's the king of the red pill. I don't think that's really a thing. I don't know that there's a way to say that. Let me go to another one here. I'm going through Instagram questions first.
Definitely makes the most sense.
I mean, are we supposed to chime in on these? Yeah. It's like the idea of a philosophical movement having a king is very like, shallow type of thinking. Like it really doesn't need to have a king. And if there's a movement of any kind, ideally you have like a shared leadership structure.
Real quick, I want to get to these questions. Everybody, can you guys put what city you're in? Can everybody put what city they're in right now? Put it in the chat. Let me see here if I can make this. Yo, this is pretty cool, man. On TikTok, me being able to do this. I don't know if you guys can see this. If you guys can see any of you guys can see my TikTok, I'm actually sharing. All right, let's do this. Let me see if I can do this real quick. I'll make this guy small.
Calling out me in the comments.
Here.
So I already got you a super chat, Mike. I guess you should have me on more.
Yeah, thank you, man. I appreciate it. You got me a super chat. All right, let's do this.
Just through Aura mainly.
Yeah. All right, cool. Now you guys can see me on TikTok. I know it looks a little weird on TikTok, but you guys can understand what it is that's going on there. Actually, you know what? Let me just take this off. Let's just put this guy right here. All right, cool. You guys can all see me on TikTok, so we're good. All right. Let's keep going. So, for everybody, shout out what city they're from. I appreciate that. Let me know what city you guys are hit me up from right now. Let's go to next question. I thought for a moment you were out of Dallas. I am out of Dallas. I just live in Las Vegas. What are your thoughts on FitX Fearless? Friendly and charismatic guy. I saw you interviewed him. FitX Fearless is awesome. He's kind of, from what I've seen, he's pivoted more towards like business self-help, especially when it comes to like helping you build a brand. So he's done something a little bit different. I don't think he does a dating offer anymore, but I've met Bismarck and he's a super cool guy. Let me see. Shout out to Allen, Texas, San Antonio. Okay, cool. Let me see. Let me check out TikTok real quick. He says, I think New York's better. Let me see here. Okay, cool. Shout out to all the people watching live on TikTok right now. Guys, you have to bear with me. I'm learning how to do TikTok real quick. All right, beautiful. All right, good. Thank you for all you guys who have joined on TikTok. Okay, for all you guys watching on the stream right now, let me go through here. First like, do I get a prize? Hey, shout out. Hey, man, thank you for my first like for this one here. Anyway, you can unban your YouTube chat, Mike. I'm not the one to say untoward stuff in the chats. I'm not sure what I was X'd. Donald, maybe just, I mean, I don't know how to unban you. I can sit there and let me do some research and figure out how to do that. Just send me your handle on YouTube and I'll try to unban you. Michael Sartain is a beast. I think that's me. I appreciate that. Yeah, best time to plant trees was 20 years ago. The next best time is right now. Let me see here. Kickstream is coming in way better now too. None of the lag. The first stream. If you guys, please, I would highly recommend, please, for those of you who are watching me right now, it says over 100 of you right now, please go to Kick and Rumble and try to leave me one comment on Kick or Rumble. I would really appreciate that. Let me see here. Can you send me the StreamYard link? Siege, will you put your IG in here so I'll send you a StreamYard link through there? Let me see here. Love listening to Mr. Sartain, always dropping truth bombs. I do appreciate that. Thank you so much. This is my first caffeine of the day. All right, let's keep going here. What's the difference between off-market dating system and the alcohol-free attraction method? So it's kind of they kind of overlap because you're doing the same thing. We're trying to tell you guys you level up overall and you don't need alcohol. So the off-market social system is basically optimizing your life along with using social media in order to get more access, in order to meet cooler people, and in order to get invited to cooler events and to meet more beautiful women. The whole non-drinking thing is just kind of a subset of that. Like, it's not like anything individual. We just don't want you guys to drink. Like, there's no need for you as a man to really go drink. If you want to drink because you enjoy drinking, there's plenty of guys in MOA who do that. I don't really have an issue with that. My whole thing is what happens is guys use alcohol as a crutch and it doesn't really help. I can't imagine. It's like, I'm sure, Kevin, this happens to you all the time. Two girls are like trying to take you home and have sex with you. And you're like, oh no, they're both going to touch my wiener at the same time. Go. Like, I don't have anxiety when it comes to that. Yeah. When women want to touch me and talk to me, I don't have anxiety. I don't understand why we as men need to drink. I don't get it. I don't. For women, I understand to a certain extent that they have anxiety when it comes to dealing with a stranger who's bigger, stronger than them, whatever. I've had women tell me before, not me, I'm not assuming this. I've had women tell me before, it's like they meet a guy, they want to hook up with him, and they need to drink in order to feel comfortable in order to do that. I'm pretty sure we have been banned on Twitch at this point, for sure. But they need a little bit of, to be able to get over that initial anxiety, right? When it happens. And that's whenever I talk to women, you guys can tell me if you've noticed this as well. Whenever I talk to women and they talk about the first time that they ended up having Bible study with someone, again, consensual Bible study. I want to make sure we're very clear for all of those of you who are new to my program and all of you people on TikTok, woke, Gavin Newsom for president, whatever I got to say. LBGT, trans, ally. That's why I have Ari and Kevin on here. They're both trans, ally, LBGT, he, they, them, she, her stuff.
Are we still live on Instagram?
Yeah, we're still live on Instagram.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah, Instagram doesn't care as much. Instagram, you can say some crazy stuff. All right, so TikTok? What's that? Yeah, TikTok's the main one I'm worried about. And right now, it looks like we're still going on TikTok. It doesn't look like there's a big issue.
I haven't done this yet. Got it.
All right, cool. Let me see if I can make this work. Do we have any other questions? So to answer your question, I don't think you need alcohol as a man in order to deal with the vicissitudes of life. If you just do what I explained to you, which is cold approach to build a social circle and always having an offer, always being able to offer and value. And then from there, going down the steps here. Hold on.
So I'll chime in as well.
Go ahead.
If you think about it, alcohol is a poison, right? What does it do? It lowers your inhibition, lowers your judgment. To think that you would need to take something that decreases your judgment abilities and lowers your decision-making capacity in order to get a certain result is really, really, really stupid. That's ridiculous. If anything, you should be trying to do the opposite, right? Increase your judgment capacities. like your decision-making capacity, right? Like make better decisions, not lower your inhibitions. So, I mean, it's poisonous. It's really bad for you. I haven't drank a sip of alcohol in 4.5 years. So yeah, and it's not because I had like a problem with it. I just realized one day, actually realized it from my buddy Marcel is the one that kind of convinced me on it, which is like, look, if you're 100% confident, why would you drink something that is poisonous to the body? Now, of course, the body can process alcohol in moderation, right? But the body can process a lot of things in moderation. So yeah, those are my thoughts on that.
A few people have been asking me about this because I did an interview with actually, let's see if I can pull it up real quick. I did an interview. This is on Instagram. Louis Teresa says, bro, those Christian guys were so blue pilled. Okay, that's interesting. Let's go ahead and let me pull that up for you real quick. So I did let me go to my playlist here. Tell me, so this is going to be interesting to see if all you guys can see what I'm about to post on the screen right now. Give me 1 second. Let's see what happens. So those of you who are watching on TikTok, you can actually see my screen. So that's awesome. That's pretty cool. And then, so for those of you who are watching on StreamYard, let's see if this works. Share screen. Okay, cool. You guys can all see it? Cool. Tell me if you guys can see it and hear it. Those of you on Instagram, you'll only be able to hear it.
I think he's an idiot, stupid, a weirdo. He needs to grow up.
Oh, she's talking about me? Men are getting married because they want their wife to be less likely to cheat. And it's the same amount of cheating. 99% of the content you see out there tells you that women should be leading.
Not in scripture. You need to find a woman that has exposure to social media, understands that it's a fleshly view, and then from there has a backing from a scripture perspective.
But you need experience for discernment. That's the issue.
No, not necessarily. Discernment is a God-given gift and ability.
Okay, so a lot of people have written me about this. They're like, yo, a discernment is a God-given gift and ability. If you actually read the definition, the dictionary definition of the word discernment, it doesn't say anything about God. I'm not saying that there isn't a secondary definition for the word discernment, but when the Christian definition of the word discernment means that you can tell what is of the flesh and what is of God, or what is of God or what is not of God. Regardless, when I said discernment, I didn't mean what he was saying. And what I think is hilarious is that he put this in the intro of the video. Shout out to them. It was a great interview. But generally, you would let the guy you're interviewing talk in the intro, but it's fine.
That he gives you, it's the ability to make decisions, not the ability to have a skill set. It's the ability to know without knowing.
When a man gets divorced, he's 9 times more likely.
And you guys on IG, can you tell me, give me a 1 in the chat if you can hear the YouTube video?
To take his life than a woman is. There's some suffering going on there, and we need to figure out a way to alleviate that suffering.
What does the man watching this need to do to step up in today's world?
Gosh, man, we're really getting deep here.
I actually want to go to this one spot.
Michael, my brother.
Hey, thank you. Oh, God, it'll come back to me here in a little bit.
So do you know Sadia Khan?
Of course,
right?
yes.
Yeah, so Sadia Khan, we invited her to this podcast.
Yeah.
I'm interested to hear what you guys think about this. This is the part where so okay, good. Thank you. You guys can hear me. Okay, so this is the part of the interview where the producer for the show I went on, which is SOS Podcast, they also do a podcast. Their producer also does the show for Sadia Khan. He's also Sadia Khan's producer. I didn't say anything about Sadia Khan. I did not bring her up. I haven't really thought about her in a while. Yes, I did have Jamie Lynn on my show. Jamie Lynn was talking about Sadia Khan, but we're just going to listen to this reaction they give. Hold on one more time for you guys who are watching on TikTok. Let me move this around just a little bit for those of you who are watching on TikTok so you can see this just a little bit better. I'm curious if TikTok is going to copyright me, give me a copyright violation for this. So I'm interested because we're gonna see if we can push this. Anyway, for those of you guys who are watching, this is the part where I didn't expect this. I had no idea. They had asked Sadia Khan to come and sit on the couch with me, and the two of us were going to have a conversation. Okay, I didn't have a real problem with Sadia Khan when everyone started busting on her because it turns out that she faked her credentials online. Turns out that she is not a licensed therapist the way that she says she is. The way you know for sure she isn't. If you guys watch that Jack Neal interview that she does. Jack Neal asks her to address the whole issue, and she will not address the issue. She goes off and talks about how she's a victim because she's young and attractive, and that's the reason why people are criticizing her, not because she lied about having a medical degree, to which she does not have. She does not have a PhD. She is not a licensed therapist. She's not even a licensed therapist in the UK. The things that she said are factually untrue. Like, there's an opinion about whether or not I'm a good podcaster. What's not an opinion is that I'm not a fucking astronaut. You guys see the difference? She's not a PhD. So let's get into it. This is So out of nowhere, I just want you guys to consider, I just drove 45 minutes to this guy's house, sit down with them, never met them before. They were super nice. I very much enjoyed this podcast, but they start playing audio clips from Sadia Khan, voice messages that she left for me when I was doing this podcast.
And she can we play the voice note? Is that
Can I give
cool?
you my voice notes from her as well?
Yeah. Before I do that, can I have your opinion on Sadia? Because I vibe with a lot of what. So we had this clip go viral of Mina Moves talking about a few different clips, but Sadia ended up picking up on one of those clips. I got hip to her content. Her content's fire in certain areas.
Yeah.
I'm like, not so much. But you two, that type of conversation, I would have loved to seen it on this couch right now.
Yeah.
What's your voice notes on Sadia?
Yeah. So if you look at a lot of the stuff she says in a vacuum, I really do like some of the stuff she says. When you recognize that she's a psychologist, but she actually is, by the way, she's not a licensed psychologist, even though she says she is, which is really problematic for her to do that. Not because the advice she's giving is bad, but because also there are actual licensed psychologists that you should be listening to, and probably instead of her, for that type of advice. I don't mind general Shira 7 Wizard Liz, just give advice to the girls while you're doing makeup. That's harmless. Give that advice. Just don't, if Wizard Liz started saying, I'm a licensed psychologist when she isn't a licensed psychologist, that's
Wizard Liz.
It doesn't matter. Whoever,
Hey, give me a 1 in the chat if you guys can hear me on Instagram, if you guys can hear me on Kick, Rumble, X. If you guys give me a 1 in the chat, let me know that you guys can actually hear the audio from this YouTube video.
just think of whatever TikToker all the women watch.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. I'm just using one
Kim
of the most popular.
Kardashian.
There you go, Kim Kardashian. If Kim Kardashian starts saying, hey, here's my advice about men, totally fine, freedom of speech, say whatever you want. And you can also look at her dating history and say, do I really want to listen to this advice? But what you can say instead is, if she were to come out there and just blatantly lie and say, I'm a licensed psychologist when she isn't, that's very problematic. Does that make sense?
Right.
So the other issue with Sadia specifically is, where's she based?
Dubai, no?
Okay. I want you to consider dating life in Dubai. So she's dealing with men and women in Dubai. Is there any more transactional city on planet Earth than Dubai? Do you understand what I'm saying? The first thing any woman asks about any man she dates in Dubai is, how much money do you have? Like, more to the point where like people in Miami are embarrassed by how transactional they are in Dubai. And so I do think that jades her. I think she has too many wealthy men and borderline prostitutes that come into her office and ask her for advice, and that has jaded her sensibility. And you see her saying things that are actually pretty cynical in her content. That's really not the issue. The real issue is
People would say the same about you. I think that earlier you had said you have to frame things in a way that would be borderline offensive,
yes,
in order to get attention. But at the same time, I don't think
to help people.
Yes.
So to create influence, you do have to say things that are offensive. To get not influence. Yes, influence and fame. To get fame, you don't. To get fame, you can just say things that make people happy. You can tell people what they want to hear, or you can create a safe place for victims. That's how you become famous. To create influence, great clip. I love this. Alex Hormozi. You guys obviously know who Alex Hormozi is.
Of course.
Great clip where this guy with this thick Indian accent goes, hey, I'm trying to do setting. I'm trying to become a closer, and I want more North American clients. And Alex Hormozi says, you've got to get rid of the Indian accent. That's offensive to a lot of people when you hear that, but it's also true. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
In order to help people, you're going to have to say something.
I get you. And I think it's fair to say that she does a similar approach. I think anybody that is gaining an audience and an influence right now.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys understand the problem with Sadia Khan is not like her advice in a vacuum. It's just like slightly right of center. It's a little bit cynical, but it's okay. It's a little bit more pro men than pro women. It's fine. Like, I don't have a problem with the advice in general. Like, nothing she says is so horrendous up until the points where she's like, there's no such thing as a woman who would have sex with her man and another woman at the same time. Like, there's no, like, bisexual women don't exist. She made some comment about that, which I thought was a little absurd considering that her father is Pakistani and has 4 wives. I thought that was a little absurd for her to say that. But
and she was the sidekick, the side chick for someone.
Yeah, the side piece. I mean, well, I don't want to get into the Sadia bashing. If you guys want to watch the Abba and Preach stuff, she embarrasses herself enough. I don't need to embarrass her anymore. Yes, she's talking about being a high value woman while being the side piece for another woman. The guy who claimed that she was talking about, he came out and admitted that the stuff was true too. Like, nobody is supporting her when it comes to this. And then it turns out that her credentials aren't real as well. And my point, and you'll hear me say this here is that Sadia Khan would have been an incredible content creator because she's compelling had she not started lying about, I'm a high status woman, I'm a high caliber woman, and I have a PhD. If she had just stopped, if she just had not done that, we wouldn't be having this conversation. Nobody is coming after her directly. Nobody's trying to hurt her. That's not what's going on. Let me see here. Do I have, okay. My first live on Twitch. I'm just checking my first Twitch. I've never seen it before. All right, let's keep this going.
Yeah. But I desperately wanted to have that conversation because I think that there's so much to say inside of a space like that.
For sure.
Sadia is somebody that I recently got hip to. You're somebody that I recently got hip to. And then I'm somebody that watches from an outside perspective. I'm married to the woman that is my first girlfriend.
Okay.
I've gone around the block a few times myself. There was a gap where we weren't together. We were just what we would call. She says she friend zoned me, but I call. You're only friend zone if you allow to get friend zoned. That's
true. I wish we had gone further into that, guys. You're only friend zoned if you allow yourself to be friend zoned. You cannot be friend again. If I sit there and try to sell you a product, you cannot reject my product if I never pitched you a price. Okay.
I think you got friend zone.
Huh?
I think he got friend zone just based on what he said.
Yeah, I mean that could be true, but my point, like, he's not saying it the same way I'm saying. What I'm saying is women are not going to friend zone you if you don't show intent. Go ahead.
Well, like the fact that he responded to it like that basically enters her frame. Therefore, he's validating her frame, which means he probably got friend zone.
Yeah, let's keep going.
That's what I would say.
That's what I teach in my course.
Yeah. It only happens if you allow it, right? So, but it's interesting watching both perspectives. So, if you had to sum her up in one sentence, because I have a voice note from her in one sentence, and then I want to hear what you say. If you had to sum her up,
I think she has an overall general understanding of the dynamic between men and women, but it's too far. It's like on steroids. I think it's a bit too cynical. Every woman is only out for money. All women are basically selling themselves online. All rich men would only do this. All rich men cheat. That sort of mentality, I think, is a bit cynical. That's how I would say it. And then if you say anything negative about you, she will hire an agency to have your account taken down. That's another issue she has. She's gone after Goob. She's gone after Jamie Lynn. She's gone after several people.
We're good, Saudi. I want to have you.
Yep.
Which one? This one.
So you're saying I might get banned?
Hey.
All right, guys, you guys understand. At this point, I had no idea what was going to happen. I did not actually think that Sadia Khan had voice notes about me.
Wait.
Yes, I know who he is. I think he's an idiot. You can tell him I said that. So no, I don't. It's quite not my thing. Yeah, and you can tell him I said that. I find him.
Okay, guys, I want you to listen to me real quick. Just be with me here for a second, okay? Listen, okay. I want you to tell him he's an idiot, and you can tell him that. This is stuff that we did in high school. This is like prison yard stuff. Yo, that dude's a loser. You can tell him I said that. Sadia Khan is talking like we're in prison or something. You can tell him I said that. Sadia, I'm sorry, ma'am. Listen, I say this with all respect. You're not in the same room with me. You're throwing a fadeaway insult, talking about, and you can tell him I said that. You're not tough. You're honestly not in very good shape. You're sitting there trying to use a masculine buck up to me quality. You're just trying to be masculine. You're a wankster. That part actually made me upset. It's like, she can leave the note, but you're just like, tell him I said this. Like, what? Are you going to fight me? Like, I don't understand. You're not a dude. I'm not going to fight you. Why are you talking like we're in prison and you're tough? I'll play it again, guys. That part got to me. That part made me a little upset when she said that. It's like, you can tell him I said this? What?
It's quite not my thing, yeah? And you can tell him I said that. I find him stupid. So that's why I don't really collaborate with those kind of guys. No, I completely understand, but feel free to play this to him. I think he's a weirdo. I think he's...
Again, like, do you understand, guys? Like, feel free to play this to him. I'm not... I've never... I asked Sadia one time... I made a video about her. I was very respectful. She responded back very angry. I wrote her back. I said, hey, listen, it wasn't about you. I'm just saying that this is like, I'm wondering if you'd like to have a conversation about this in general. At this point, she had not been, what's the word? I'm like, exposed. At this point, she'd not been exposed. So I actually considered having her on. Obviously, I would not do that now since she's been exposed for not actually having a medical license. Or a license in psychology. And so I asked her, I said, hey, would you like to come on? It was one time I asked the question. I was trying to be very respectful. Like I was trying to be respectful before. And then she goes off and said, well, I'll let her tell it for herself.
Spent so many hours discussing me when I don't even know who he is, and I've never watched a single second of his content.
Okay, guys, remember, I'm stupid. I've never watched a single second of his content, but I'm stupid and I don't like what he says, but he makes several hours of content of me. So there's a couple problems here. Number one, if I made several hours of content of her, could you find the several hours of content? I'd love for you to find it. In fact, I'll give you $10,000 if you can find 1 hour of content that I've made about Sartain Khan. Number one. Number two, she doesn't watch a single second of my content, and yet I have comments from her watching my videos. We did a segment on it, so she certainly did watch my content. I don't care. I don't mind. I'm just calling her out for being a liar.
Only when he's talking about me, and I think he needs to grow up, and so and he's begged me to kind of collaborate.
Begged me. Okay, so one more time.
Yeah, that's the classical, you know, they're going to start like directly attacking you when they don't like, you know,
yes.
when they run out of arguments to make.
Again, I've never watched any of his content. How did I beg her to come on the show? How? Oh, I know why we begged, because I messaged her and she messaged me back. And by the way, if you guys say something mean about Sartain Khan, she'll message you back too. I guarantee you, if you guys want to do something fun, all of you who are watching me right now, if you guys want to do something right now, does everybody in the chat, go to Sadia Psychology or go on her TikTok or go on her YouTube and say something really messed up about her, and she will 100% respond. If you say it over and over again, and then she'll keep coming back after you over and over again. And then here's the crazy part. This is the best part. You're going to get a bunch of fake commenters in your YouTube channel. This is a great way if you guys want to get a bunch of what's it called, engagement on YouTube. Just do this. Just talk about Sadia. She hires a firm to have a bunch of fake commenters that will comment on all your stuff. Now be careful, because she will also try to pay to have your account taken down. But now the irony is she has 4.5 times as many followers as me on YouTube, but I get the same engagement that she does because people figured out that she's a fraud. I'm sorry, Sadia, you fuck with the bull, you get the horns. I was nice about this. You didn't have to say anything about me. I had not said a single mean thing about you. You brought this upon yourself. And the problem is, here's the main issue, okay? There is nothing in the world that she can say to cause me to lose one single subscriber. There's nothing that Sartain Khan can say about me or to me that's going to cause me to lose one single client. But Abba from Abba and Preach has caused her to lose 90% of her engagement. So it's all risk and nothing but return. And she should probably should have kept her mouth shut.
With him, it's an impossibility.
Oh, she's talking about me?
Yeah.
That's hilarious. No, I made a video where I was explaining. She
explained that situation, because I thought I had such high hopes for that situation. I was like,
no,
okay,
there's no.
Give us the tea, bro.
Yeah, Sadia's never going to come on with somebody who disagrees with her. Like, she's never going to do that. No, she responded to So what she does is by the way, you don't take any of my word for this. Go look up John Dorsey. His name is Goob, and he'll go over exactly. She harasses a lot of people who criticize her. And as far as on the criticism level, I'm like a 1. There are other people who really go after her. They make it her whole point of view. I made one video about her, never really talked about her again. And she responded to the video and then she basically said that all the women I talked to are, cheating, whores, whatever. And I'm like, well, no, I think you're and I would try to be really nice to her. I was like, hey, listen, I didn't mean anything personal by the video. And she says, I didn't take any offense to it. I was like, I think we could have an interesting conversation. And her response was, I don't think it would be productive because of your audience. And that was it. I never left it. Certainly wasn't any begging. And unfortunately for Sadia, I have a screenshot of the conversation so that people can see that what she's saying isn't true. I'm not going to get further into this because I know she's just baiting me to try to insult her, but she's got enough troubles on her own because of the fact that, Abba and Preach pretty much exposed the fact that she doesn't actually have a degree. So, that's the issue. I feel bad for her because of how badly and how terribly everybody turned on her very quickly and how much engagement she lost on different platforms because of the stuff that went on. But the real issue is this, and by the way, I say this with complete and total empathy. I had a point when I first started making content where people would come after me. And they would say things that were like just discernibly untrue. And I would go attack every one of them. I'd get back online and I'd be like, hey, bro, I bet you $50,000 that what you're saying isn't true. Why don't you come out here and let's have a debate? And of course, none of them would debate me, just like Sadia would never debate me either. it got to the point where I came to the realization by talking to guys who were very, very successful over and over again. It got to the point where they all said the same thing. You have to ignore and delete and then move on.
Yeah, this was kind of a big realization for me. It was actually Dan Fleischman who told me this. I wanted to fight every single person who came after me online. And in fact, I got sucked into, I'm debating an MRA guy named Paul Elam. I can't remember. I mean, it's going to be a slaughter. Like, this guy has no idea what he's talking about. But I'm debating him on July 8th. And it was one of these situations where I get drug into these things because the one thing that gets my goat more than anything else, my biggest weakness and my biggest flaw is that when you say something about me that is a lie, it really makes me angry. If you say that I suck at podcasting, that I have an ugly punchable face, if you say that I'm a loser because I was only in the Air Force, I really don't get that angry. But if you say things like I pay women to hang out with me, or if you say things like the stuff that he says is misogynistic because it's not based in fact, or that if you say things that, like, when I propose something that is based in peer-reviewed data and you call me stupid, that in that case, what you're doing is you're attacking my credibility on something that is a yes or no. It's a binary thing. It's not an opinion, right? And so that's where I kind of have an issue. And, you know, she hasn't done it as much, but other people did. And that's something that made me very angry.
Sadia is still stuck at that point where she has to respond to every single person every single time
or
about
another
whatever.
thing,
And
What's up?
yeah. Also, another thing, again, if you're gonna like make claims against someone when they invite you to like debate them, so like when you invited her on, like, come have a conversation, like, man up, own up to it.
Yeah. I mean, like, again, like I have one that's supposed to come up with what's his face, with something, Paul Elam, and I expect him to back out like pretty quickly, because like he's the guy sitting there telling you to not get married. He's been divorced 3 times. Like, what? This is not going to be much of a debate. But let's keep it going. Although you guys are watching on Instagram, I appreciate that. I would probably recommend that you get off of Instagram and you go watch me on either TikTok, Rumble, Kick, X, one of the other spots, just because you guys are not going to be able to see the videos that we're sharing on the other platforms.
And it gets to the point where it's like very embarrassing because she's using multiple accounts to like attack people with the same phone number on IG, so people can tell it's like the same account. And she gets exposed for doing this over and over again. And what I would just say to her is like, hey, listen, you have this popular audience. Stop saying that you're a licensed therapist. Do you understand? Like, she could have just been an attractive woman with a really, really beautiful accent, and she could have just given advice and she would have been incredibly popular. She didn't have to go into trying to invoke academia. If her and I had a discussion based on peer-reviewed academic data, she would have no chance against me. I would cite 50 studies for everything that she said, and then she would have no way.
Yeah, you're big on your stats,
yes.
man.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
so then her response is that I'm an idiot or that I'm stupid.
A lot of documentation behind what you say.
I work.
But her
hold
too.
on, I would just say this. I worked counterintelligence in the U.S. military for 2 years, and I was a captain in the U.S. Air Force. But from her standpoint, I'm still stupid because I don't agree with her. You see what I'm saying? The term for that is called solipsism, which is a subset of narcissism. And I think that's kind of the issue that goes on there. But listen, I wish her nothing but the best. I hope everything works out for her. Unfortunately, this is like the 3rd time she's actually brought me up. And I don't really want to bring her up again, but I wish her nothing but the best. And if I saw her in person, I'd be very, very nice to her. But just like with her, with other people who have something to say about me, I invite you to an open debate anytime you want on Twitter. But unfortunately, they never seem to say yes.
All right, guys, cool. Appreciate you guys. I just wanted to go over that part because a lot of people asked me about it. So let's keep the party going here. We have a bunch of questions. Sorry, guys, I'm still learning.
We'll go through some questions.
Yeah, so we have some questions. Let me go back. Hold on. So there's a bunch of them. Let's go back to Instagram real quick. Can you please let me know what camera you use? Picture is truly awesome. So for you who are watching me on Instagram, I'm just using the newest iPhone 17. The reason why the picture is awesome is because I have 3-point lighting in my studio. So the iPhone has to do less work, and so you get a better image. For those of you guys who are watching me on the other 7 channels, I'm using an A7S II with a 50 millimeter 1.8 f-stop lens. It's just at the 50 millimeter. I have exactly 4 feet between me and the lens, and then 4 feet between me and the background. That's how I set this thing up. And I set the f-stop down to 1.8, and then I have to fix the focus all the time. So that's generally how I do this. A lot of people seem to like this setup. I'm surprised how many people like this setup.
Your camera doesn't have an autofocus?
What's that? I don't have autofocus on this one. So generally, you need Sony lenses. Most of the time, you need Sony lenses with Sony cameras to do autofocus. And I don't think this is a Sony lens that I'm using. It's a short macro 50 millimeter lens.
Yeah, I've seen that lens. Okay.
All right. So let me answer that question. That was a good podcast. I appreciate it. Hey, by the way, again, shout out to SOS Podcast. Those guys were very nice to me. It's no criticism of them. We don't have to agree on everything. I thought that what they did was really good. I don't think Rollo Tomasi wrote a book called Religion, and he goes over the whole idea that some people have, and this is what's going to happen with the MRA guys as well. I believe that your understanding your faith in Jesus Christ is important, but I don't think that Jesus or God wants you to walk around with your hand looking back while you put your hand to the plow. I don't think that God wants you to be stupid. And I do think there's a lot of discernment and intuition that you garner in life through living life. And in the interim moments, you're praying to God, asking for, faith, forgiveness, and wisdom. That's absolutely true as well. But the idea that I'm going to learn physics because I just sit there and prayed a whole bunch. No, there are things that are worldly that are to be known, like how to feed myself, how to make money for my family, how to operate a live stream that I did not get by reading the Old Testament or by prayer. And it doesn't mean that those things are unholy. It's just there are things of the world that you have to learn as well. Let's see. We love having you on. Hey, thank you, Matt. Matt, come check us out on YouTube. Can I also ask you guys one more time, please? But by the end of the show, I'm going to ask everybody to go to Kick and just leave one comment on Kick. So if you guys want to do that for me, I'd really appreciate that. I'm trying to grow on Kick and I'm trying to grow on TikTok. Let me see here. Okay, you guys. Okay, how's Vegas from Edmonton? Shout out from Edmonton. Alex was spot on. Let me see here. Let me keep going. Let me make sure. Matt says we're married. LOL. I didn't get friend zone. He didn't get friend zone. He married her, so they got together. You look leaner. Have you cut? Yeah, I have done a cut. I actually weigh the same, which is strange. I'm still at 210. Let me see here. Any other questions?
I think marriage is like kind of the ultimate friend zone if you think about it.
Okay, Matt, why don't you have Kevin Bon James, the very famous Kevin Bon James, on your show? I think you should do that. She writes her content with ChatGPT. Paul Elam, he's very intelligent.
I'm just trolling, by the way. I'm just trolling.
Hey, Paul, listen. Imperator masculinitis. It's not Paul it's not me that needs to underestimate. I promise you, before I debate Paul, I'm going to probably have 6 LLMs go and do a bunch of research on him, along with Manus and Hermes. And then I'm going to probably do 20 hours of research and have notes. Paul is not going to get anything past me. It's Paul who needs to do the research. And I guarantee you he won't do any, because Paul called me a PUA, which means he has no idea what he's talking about. Mike, how do you get good at debating? Here's what I would tell you to do today. If you want to get good at debating, find out who you're debating, see if you can load all of their YouTube videos especially if they have any debates, into Gemini, because Gemini can actually read transcripts, and so can Grok, and actually so can Miss. Have it go through there, and have Gemini pretend to actually be your opponent and ask you questions, and tell it to be really bitter, lots of profanity. Tell Gemini to be like super harsh. Tell Gemini to straw man you over and over again, and then debate against Gemini like that. It's really good for preparing you for debate. The other thing is I have 2 main things that I understand for debate. Number 1, I question about whether or not everything I'm doing is wrong. So I understand, like this one debate I got coming up. I start off from the idea that everything I believe is incorrect, and I start from 0 and work my way up. And number 2, I assume that the person that I'm debating is more charismatic and a better debater than I am. Those are the 2 things I do to prepare for every debate. I over prepare, which is why I don't do very many of them anymore. I maybe do like 4 or 5 a year, but that's what I would say as far as debating is going. And it's worked out because I'm fucking undefeated. No one has ever defeated me in a debate. Ever. Not once defeated me in a debate. Not one time. I don't care how many of you flat earthers want to cry and whine. Jaron Campanella even came on my show and said that I was right. Never once have I lost a debate. All right, let's keep going. And by the way, that's a call out for sure. Well, 100%. I'm Michael Jordan after 6 rings telling you I'm the best player in the league. No one is going to beat me at a debate. If I choose to debate, you guys want to debate me on something like voter ID, like something, if you want to get slaughtered, just come debate me on something like that. I'm open to it. Frequently, I don't get very many people who want to do that. All right, let's keep going.
Can we do a debate right now with Ari?
Yeah, let's do a debate.
Maybe
Paul
right, what's
Elam
up?
is one of the architects of the Manosphere on the same
Hello.
league as Rollo Tomasi. Hold on, give me 1 second, man. Hold
Good, Ari.
on.
Ari doesn't want to debate. Look, he's freezing up, bro. He's a little nervous. I think he needs the debate class.
Someone said, I loved your piece, Michael. So I was in the New York Post. We can review that again if you guys want me to. If you guys did not see the New York Post article about me last Thursday, let me see here.
Let's pull that up.
All right, I'm about to send this link to a girl, so like, don't embarrass
Why
me.
you go? So someone says, why you go live on Kick? I'm curious because Kick supports IRL streamers, which is what I'm probably going to do. And Kick, it does not have the same censorship rules that other places do. Like, I know I'm not going to get banned for talking about intersexual dynamics on Kick. Twitch, maybe. But right now, there's only like, let me see how many people are watching me on Twitch right now. Let me see. Looks like I just got one person watching me on Twitch. If you guys want to help, again, I'm on 8 different platforms at once, so I don't expect all of them to do well. Let me see here. What are we doing on? There's like over 100 people on, like almost everyone who's watching me. It's on Twitter and it's on YouTube. Most people are watching me on Twitter, YouTube.
What's your number one preferred platform where you want people to go?
It's definitely YouTube, guys. But the things I want to talk about, I can't talk about them on YouTube. Like, I really want to get into it.
Like, what's the most?
The one I want to grow the most on is Rumble or Kick. Like, that's what I want, because I can talk about whatever there. We can have guys like share their stories and actually really get into the meat of the problems, but I can't do that on YouTube. There's always a fear that YouTube is going to
all you have to do is when you stream on these other platforms like YouTube, and then when you need to discuss something that's against the content guidelines, go to the other platforms.
Yeah, Kevin, we're already doing that. That's what I've done. This is the 4th stream I've done. That's exactly what we're doing.
Right.
Yeah. So I got another question here. Are you still doing Access Vegas? June 10th is the next Access Vegas. That last one was incredible, man. I really appreciate it. I'm trying around different ideas for the show name. We're going to call it The Debrief. I like that idea. I asked a couple of people that, because I'm a former counterintelligence officer, I think it's kind of a cool idea. And also, back in the old school fucking boot camp days, what did we do after the boot camp? We'd have a debrief. So I thought that might be a cool name for it. All right, so we're going to go. I'm at the end here. Somebody keeps talking to me about Paul Elam. That's cool. I promise you I'll get to it. I got a month and a half to study for Paul. I appreciate that you're a fan of his. That's awesome. Paul really should have just accepted the fact that I had made a comment and not attacked me personally. That's why I'm going after Paul. I don't care about any of this. Paul came after me personally. He said things about me that weren't true, and now he's going to get the horn. So that's basically what's going to happen. Paul, I was looking for someone to debate. To be honest with you, he's just kind of like low-hanging fruit, so I'm going to go do it. I'll tell you, like, you can tell this to Paul. The reason why the men's rights activist movement is irrelevant is because of Paul. It's not because of the things that are going on. It's because Paul doesn't know how to use social media, and because he is an angry, grumpy man that nobody wants to communicate with or talk to, which is why his platforms don't really grow, which is why I've been on Twitter like 1/8 as long as him, and I'm about to pass him in followers, because what he talks about, the way he communicates, makes him irrelevant. Let me see here. Okay, cool. We're done here. Let me go through the stuff on the other platforms. Let me see here. Here we go. Just started from the beginning. AOC is running for president. Hilarious. No, in order for you guys to understand, in order for us to not get banned on TikTok, we have to say things like AOC for president, Gavin Newsom for president, believe all women. You have to say words like that. LBGT, LBGT, LBG. You say that over and over again, and then on TikTok, they don't ban you. If you say other things, then TikTok will ban you. So that's why we're trying to do this and not get banned on TikTok. Shout out to all the people watching on TikTok. I'm starting off on these platforms, so give me some grace here. I don't have thousands of viewers on every platform yet, but I'm working on it. Okay, let's go here. Somebody does not like New York. New York has more professionals and smarter people, not all low IQ clout chasers. Here we go from X. Again, I love it when all you people watching me on YouTube. Thank you. YouTube's my favorite platform. I love it. If you guys want to do me a huge favor, try a different platform. Try a different flavor of ice cream. I know you guys like the vanilla bean. Get off of YouTube. Try Kick. Try Rumble. Try X. Try Twitch. I would love it. Hey guys, shout out first person. Here's a race. First person who can leave me a comment on Twitch. 1, 2, 3, go. First person who can leave me a comment on Twitch. You get a prize. See if you can leave me a comment on Twitch. Okay. It'll be my first ever. You will be my first ever comment on Twitch. If you guys can go to Twitch, look up. I believe it's Captain Longhorn 77. You know what? I got it. Let's do this. I'm just gonna post the Twitch in the chat here. Okay, and then I'm gonna do the same thing on Instagram. There's my Twitch, and then I'll do the same thing on TikTok. There's
Guys,
my Twitch.
follow him on all the platforms.
Yeah, follow me as well.
Every
See if you
single
guys
platform.
see if you guys can be the first person to ever leave a comment for me on Twitch. I appreciate that.
Guys, if you follow him on all platforms
Wait, no one's left a
and
comment?
send a screenshot to his Instagram, he's going to give you a free gift,
Yes, free gift.
digital gift.
I'm going to stand up and take my shirt off and show you how.
Whoa, that costs a little extra.
Here's the answer. Am I?
Hang on, how much of a super
Don't
chat do we
give
need for
that
that?
for free, Mike. Don't give that.
Who's? Here's what I'm
How
gonna
much
do.
of a super chat do we need for that?
Who's hairier, me or Aiden Ross? Who's hairier? That's what we're gonna find out.
It's a
Okay,
tough one.
this one right here. I got a question here,
How much of a
Michael.
super chat is that going to take?
Huh?
How much of a super chat is that going to take?
$200. I'll take my shirt off. $200 super
That's
chat. I'll take my shirt off.
$200. Who's doing it?
100%. I will do that. Yo, I've been dieting. Okay. Michael, what are your thoughts on your feud with Paul Elam? That's funny. Michael, what are your thoughts with your feud? Listen, again, this is the irony. Paul is going to sit there and talk about maternal presumption, which is the idea that women get primary custody 83% of the time. And he's right. That is an issue. That is an issue to think about. 70% of the time when men fight for custody, they do win, but that's generally because those men know that they're going to win. If you're a guy who's addicted to drugs and you're abusive, you're probably not going to win custody, so you don't try to get custody. And that's generally what happens in those situations. So maternal presumption up until like the mid 80s was something that's pretty standard, but we've worked things kind of in another direction. The idea that alimony, that 98% of alimony is paid by men to women. Again, that's an issue. Paul and I are going to agree on this. Should there be maybe could Title IX have been an overcorrection?
Do you think women should pay alimony? Do you think women should pay alimony?
If they make more money than men, I think the law is pretty clear on that. There's it would be discrimination for them not
to. If they make more money, do you still think they should? I think they shouldn't.
Oh, okay. Dude, I don't care. Yes. This is what. Okay, Ari. Here's the question: is this worth calling each other names over? This discussion?
Probably not. No.
Okay, that's my point with Paul. This is not something. This is not something where Paul needed to insult me. Like it was very stupid and very childless and honestly very feminine of him to do that. There's no reason for him to do this. He did not have to sit there and insult me like that. And I'm not saying that I took it personal, and the insults don't bother me. It's the lies. Saying this is the thing. Paul wants to debate me. You have to prove that I lie to my clients. You have to prove that I'm a con artist. Just do that. Just make sure you don't look for reviews because you're not going to find any bad ones.
What's the new term we came up for this? Low consciousness?
Yes.
That's not a new term, but yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
it's
let's see.
a term we've been using a lot recently.
Donovan Sharp says Myron is the leader of the Red Pill community. He's definitely a leader. Like we all do. He does organize a lot of people. I definitely can see that. Here we go. Thank you for the super chat. Yo, King James version with Mike. Let's LFG. Listen to both LFG. Oh, appreciate that, man.
In front of me.
Kevin Bon James, bro. I thought he said King James version. It's Kevin Bon James. Yes.
Yeah. Well, you want to bust out the King James version? Is that?
Yeah, we can.
Do?
And Myron for sure does not want to be king of the Red Pill. I agree. Shout out to Detroit. Shout out to Atlanta. Shout out to Oakland. Shout out to Las Vegas. I'm just now catching up. Shout out to Bali, Indonesia. My brother is getting married to someone from Indonesia in next month, actually. Shout out to Kingston. Shout out to Orlando. Shout out to Auckland, New Zealand. Shout out to Mississippi. Shout out to Philly. Shout out to Las Vegas. Shout out to DC. He's actually extremely humble, in my opinion. Well, then he should have been humble when he was talking to me. I didn't insult him. He came after me. Shout out to Johannesburg. Shout out to St. Louis. Shout out to Vancouver. I mean, it's the same thing. It's like you guys, like these people they see me as low hanging fruit. Like you're just going to pick on me. Because here's the issue. Because I was in the military, because I'm politically conservative, because I surround myself with a bunch of beautiful women, people think they know me. They think they know me. And they don't know me. They don't. And so when they sit there and they try to, okay, I'm going to get into a fight, they didn't even realize when we got into the ring that I'm actually left-handed. They didn't study. They didn't do any work. And because of that, they get their ass handed to them every time people get into the ring with me. I rarely have somebody where we have a debate and they're like, hey, Michael, you said this and this. They don't. And bro, it's easy. There's so many AI models that will scrape every transcript of every debate I've ever done, but they don't do the work. And because dude, getting into the debate space is very easy. Just do the work. Okay. Shout out to Las Vegas. Shout out to Boulder City. Yo, I dated a girl in Boulder once. It was so far, bro. We would go out to her place and it was just like, I could just look out like outside her backyard and I could see Arizona. Boulder City is too far for a girl to live. Shout out to Gold Coast. Shout out to Westminster, Colorado. With birth rates declining everywhere, where do you see dating heading in the next 1 to 2 years? Hey, but first off, Ari, Kevin, am I loud enough or am I too quiet? What do you guys think?
Your audio is perfect.
Okay, good. With the birth rate declining,
a couple of people are texting me now. I'm only responding to super chats right now.
Okay. So here goes. With the birth rate declining everywhere, where do you see dating heading in the next 1 to 2 years? So the birth rate decline is going to be a subset of dating. It's like, in order to have a child, that's a huge investment. Men and women both need to feel like it's worth it. You have a lot of people who are telling men that having children isn't worth it. I'm not espousing an opinion. I'm just telling you there's a lot of guys who are giving the opinion that it's not worth it. There's even more women telling women that it's not worth it to have children right now, that children is a form of subjugation. Just look up Sheryl Sandberg if you want to see like the anti-trad wife, woke progressive movement. You can see that if you want to see what I'm talking about. So what I would recommend you guys understand is like the world. Do I want to see the world depopulate? No. Do I think it's going to depopulate? Obviously, yes. The sex robots are pretty much going to end it for a lot of people. You're going to start seeing a lot of people just not need the companionship because it's going to be replaced by AI. If you guys want to hear something crazy, go read Deborah So's book, Extinction. There's a part in the book where she starts talking to chatbots as like an experimenter, as like a PhD in psychology. Sadia, you might want to invest in that. An actual PhD in psychology. She sits there and she has conversations, and she talked about how, as an intelligent, rational woman, she couldn't believe how real that the conversations were getting. She literally couldn't tell if she didn't know that she was having a conversation with a chatbot. I'm telling you guys what's going to happen. Obviously, you see how much money and bandwidth and technology is getting put into pornography. How much, like you see how much all of the new bandwidth with the VRs and the 6K and the all of it, the first place it goes is into the pornography. That's the first place it always goes.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
If you don't think as soon as there's some sort of like fleshy type skin or like an android type figure and it can look any way you want, if you don't think dudes are going to jump into that, as desperate as they are now, again, same book, Extinction by Deborah So, a third of men without Bible study for a whole year
weren't the desperate men weren't having children anyways, right?
The amount of men that were desperate was lesser, Kevin, because the amount of men that would go without sex and the amount of men that wouldn't get married was a lower number. You can go year by year, and the amount of here's a fun thing.
I'm talking about like in the future, like if desperate men are not having children as often as like someone who's not desperate, right?
Yeah, correct. But throughout history, there were fewer desperate men.
Okay,
does that make sense?
Yeah. Now we're at a peak.
If you want to see an example of this, Ari, maybe you could look this up. Look up the average age or the percentage of people that were married by decade under the age of 30. So the amount of people that were married by 30, and so it goes through the 1940s, the 1950s, the 1960s, and then it goes men and women. And so for women, it's like 80% were married in the 1940s, and then by the 2020s, it's like 16%. The amount of people getting married, and i.e. the amount of people having children, decreases. And then we get below replacement levels all the way back to the 1960s. That's where we get. Hey, man, 250 people watching. That's awesome.
So dude, the only possible solution would be if like these kind of super resourceful men would have like hundreds of children or many amounts of children to combat against the people that are not.
I don't think there's enough of those men. I think if you understand like men who have
like
$1 million,
Sartain, you could maybe make up for like 100 sex robots.
Again, for sexless, yes, for sure. So basically what you say is like the top 2/3 of men that were having children need to have an extra 1/3 more children. Yes, then maybe that would fix the problem. But there There are countries where this isn't happening, like in Indonesia. Dude, there's some countries in sub-Saharan Africa where the birth rate, like per couple, is crazy high. Like 4 children, 5 children per couple. Like on average, there's crazy high. So it is kind of an interesting discussion app. Let's keep going.
Well, what do you think about Elon's? How many children does he have?
13, 14. Dude, I need you
that?
guys. Can you pull up a separate window with Claude and just ask him? That's a good question.
Do you believe that that's like a noble cause that he's taken on?
For him, it is. I think he's a smart guy, and I think I think if he can provide for these kids and give them a happy life, I don't see why it's not noble. Hey, question is, Michael, what kind of archetype were you in high school? Jock, popular, build, bullied, average, outcast? I would be the best way to describe it would be a captain of the football team and the wrestling team and the debate champion at the same time, and extremely unpopular. So like made fun of, bullied, a nerd, but was also like one of the first guys in my, I was strong enough to bench press 225 pounds when I was like 16. Right. So and I was a good wrestler. So strong, but at the same time, I got made fun of because I acted like a weirdo. And I don't blame by the way, 30-year high school reunion this October. 30-year high school reunion. And you know what I'm going to do for my 30-year high school reunion? I'm going to bring a couple of girls.
You see my screen share, Michael?
Hold on. Yeah. There we go. Oh, beautiful. Good job. 30-year high school reunion in October. And so what I'm going to do for my 30-year high school reunion is I'm going to bring a bunch of girls who were born in 1996 to my high school reunion as my date. Does that sound like a good idea? You guys like that idea? What does it say?
1950 it was 83%, 82, and it's just like been declining. Where now it's
that's marriage. I thought it was a children thing, right?
No, we're just looking at the percentage of people that get married. There is a correlation between marriage and children. There is. So there's just but this is an easier thing to like.
It's been a constant decline. What do you think we're going to look in 10 years from now? Like, do you think it's gonna stay consistent because it's been dropping down?
I think it'll get to maybe where are we at right now?
It's been dropping down. Right now we're at 35%.
I could see the lowest it'll ever get, maybe like 16%. That's like outside of 1 standard deviation. I think at that point it won't be any lower than that. I'm just throwing out a number. It could be 24%, but it's going to keep going down. It'll hit a point where it'll stop going down.
30, but what if we're talking like age 40? Like how does that number look?
Just ask Claude.
Age 35.
Ask Claude. That's a good question. I don't know. Okay, hold on. Let's keep going with these real quick. All right. You go to wide. All right. Because I had a good question up here. What happened to it?
It's hard to type. Well, it's because your shoulder or your elbow.
Hold on. There's a good question here.
I was just curious.
How important is fashion to women? Will a guy not look current if he doesn't have great fashion? While it's important, there's fashion is very important, but there's ways to kind of skip it. And what I mean by that is a really great suit is fashionable in different eras. Okay. And also wearing clothes that fit you really well, like a t-shirt and jeans, can be fashionable in different eras. And I know guys who don't worry about their fashion that well, but are actually in really good shape and still do really well with women. So what I'm saying is fashion can help, but I want you to think of like 50 different knobs that you turn. Just think about like Dr. Dre. He's like mixing a song and there's like 1,000 different knobs he can turn. That's how attraction works. Fashion is one of the knobs. Muscularity is another knob. Like charisma is another knob. Humor is another knob. You can turn all of these knobs to create attraction. But the idea is like, because I wear a black t-shirt and jeans, because that's all I wear is a black t-shirt and jeans, I don't really have fashion sense for that, for lack of a better term. I just go to the gym and I wear shirts that fit me, and it seems to work really well. So that's what I would say. It's like, it's helpful, but not 100% necessary to be like a 10 out of 10 in fashion. Man, I'm getting a lot of people right now. Hold on a second. Let me finish off Instagram.
It's so erratic.
Okay. Is cold approach in your program? What does it look like? Indirect, direct, push, pull. So James, great question. It's cold approach to build a social circle. It's indirect cold approach. It's indirect. Yeah. It's basically inviting girls from Monday night to go out with you Tuesday night, inviting girls to meet other girls, and then from that situation, getting them to qualify, and then from there, processing down through the compliance loops to the end. That's what I teach.
Let's look at the graph again. Share my screen.
Okay.
So I just put in for the women age 25 to 34, same demographic as earlier, that have children. So the decline has been a lot less. So single motherhood is a big thing.
What?
So people,
It doesn't say anything about single motherhood, but yeah.
no, if 52% have women, but only what was it again?
That's just marriage.
Only 35% are married. And you got all the single ladies.
I think you have to double click on that.
Hey guys, so I was just I got a note from TikTok saying I was flagged for misinformation.
That's
Is it on this?
Due to Ari.
No, it just said I was flagged for misinformation. I don't know what the misinformation was.
Yeah, I think we're at a point where we can cut TikTok. Everyone from TikTok should come over to Rumble, Kick, or YouTube.
Yeah, I would appreciate that. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about, guys. Like, I didn't. I can't even comprehend what misinformation I gave on TikTok. That is what are you talking about?
It could have been
like,
the bench pressing thing at age 16. That's probably
yeah, that's it for sure. Maybe that's what it was. Like, come on, like, there's not. I hope TikTok does some kind of like verbal review and kind of see. Man, I'm making jokes or whatever. I just don't understand. Like, this is misinformation. I'm sorry, TikTok, you should be embarrassed. That's crazy. All right, guys, I am going to jump off of TikTok. Can you guys give me a 1 in the chat on TikTok? If you guys can join me on Kick, Rumble, X, if you guys can join me on one of these other platforms that actually protects free speech. TikTok is a great platform. I love it. I use TikTok all the time. It's incredible to me how some people can get away with certain things on the platform and other people can't. So thank you. Hey, Dan. Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Fragrance. Ian. Hook 'em horns. Ian, can you guys on TikTok jump off of TikTok right now and then go to another platform so I don't end up losing my TikTok? I know, to be fair, I don't get any leads from TikTok. It's not really, TikTok has no bearing on my business whatsoever, but neither does X, but I still like it as a platform. So I'm going to jump off of TikTok, and I really need you guys to come on Rumble, Kick, Rumble, or X. That's where I'd love to have you. For those of you at TikTok, I'm sorry, I got to jump. Apparently I got to jump off.
All right? we're trying to get more offensive.
If you guys could write, if you guys could write me and let me know what misinformation I showed, I'd love to see it. Thank you guys. Take care.
I think we need more propaganda of the 16-year-old benching 225 because like that's going to be a tough one to convince the masses.
Do you want to see me bench 225 right now?
No. I want to see the 16.
I can do an IRL stream right now. I'll go downstairs, see if I can bench press 225.
You played football in high school, right?
Yeah.
Oh, sick.
I was football and wrestling, and I was very uncoordinated. All right, let's keep it going. Guys, I'm gonna take this down real quick. Let's get through all these questions because we're still in like first hour and a half. I want to get through all these questions. Man, I can't believe TikTok said that. I cannot believe TikTok said flagged for misinformation. Get out of here, bro. Fuller House guy. Hey, shout out to Eric Roy. Hey, man, shout out to Eric, man. Eric Roy's in the house. Jeff Franklin is in the house. You guys are watching me on Instagram. For those of you guys watching me on Instagram, I'm not going to be on here much longer. Please get off the Instagram and go to my YouTube, my Rumble, my Kick, or my X, or my Twitch. Actually, let's see Twitch. Did I ever get my first? Oh, hold on. Did I get my first Twitch? First, shout out to Chrome74 ESO, my first ever Twitch. My first ever Twitch comment. Shout out. It said first.
You should give him something for free.
Sonic Stream 18. Hey, dang it, second. Okay. Sham 002. Hey man. R10 first. Ross for sure. Let me see here. Cool. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for getting my first ever. I'm exploring new stuff, and I got people finally watching me on Twitch, man. Thank you guys so much for watching me on Twitch.
To whoever commented on your Twitch.
Okay, I appreciate it. There we go. All right, let's keep it going. Thank you guys for watching me on Twitch. Man, I can't get over that stuff. All right, let's do this. Let's go back. I was dropping truth bombs.
Yeah, I guess.
Las Vegas, Kingston. Let me go. I want to move to Roy, Utah, or Highlands Ranch, Colorado for defense contracting work. Good job. Derek Nielsen, 1702. Sup, Sartain. Sup, Derek. Appreciate it. If you guys want your super chats read, just leave a super chat. I appreciate it. I promise you all the money that you give me for super chats, all it does is go to pay for my studio. It's paid for my studio. And the girls after Access Vegas, I do take them to eat because they were nice enough to come on my show for free. Don was banned. Kickstream is excellent. Comment from YouTube. If you were being honest, how many hot chicks like hard drugs? Many won't entertain guys that can't indulge or supply gross but reality. So what happens is it's called confirmation bias. It's not that all hot girls like hard drugs. It's that if you go to the places where the hard drugs are, you're going to notice that the girls who get the hard drugs the most are the hot girls. That's the reason why you may have a bias when it comes to that. Here's my IG. Okay, here we go. Go ahead.
Ooh, that's a weird question. He said, why do males, he's referring to males.
Why do males have a Hinge and Bumble account? They're useless apps. Well, some people are making money off it. So, I mean, I don't blame the creators of the app for making it. I just, it's just a complete waste of time.
People often also make money off of selling drugs and shit.
Sure.
Just because people make money doesn't mean it's valid.
It's valid for them, not for me.
Why do males? I mean, I'm assuming they have it because they think it's helping them.
Michael, would you like to get interviewed by New York Post and talk more about Social Circle? I mean, they're just going to do it like a hit piece on video or on writing.
Yeah. Hi, Siege, I'm going to try to find, for some reason, it won't let me copy what you just sent me. I'm trying to copy it and then paste it so I can send you a message here. Here we go. No, I found it. CJ, give me 1 second. Siege, I'm going to send it to you on here. Invite guest, copy, and then we're going to go to CJ. Okay, Siege, I just sent it. I just sent you the StreamYard link, so jump in if you can. All right. All right, let's keep going here. Hey, Michael, I have a question for you. What is the best way to deal with a false allegation? For specifically, what is the difference between influencers versus not influencers handling it? So with a false allegation, so it depends on what kind we're talking about. If we're talking about defamatory false allegation, something that could be like legally defamatory, my best advice to you is don't address it publicly until you have to, and talk to your attorney. That's what I would do. Otherwise, for a false allegation, this is the question I always ask myself. Is it affecting my money? Is it affecting my family? Is it affecting my girl? If it's not affecting those three things, then I don't really do anything about it. Now, in the case of me debating someone, I will address it. But for the most part, I don't. Like, for instance, if Sadia Khan said something about me that, what if that was the misinformation? Me saying Sadia Khan wasn't a, what if, dude, guys, what if that's what was happening? What if Sadia Khan's people were watching me on TikTok and then basically flagged me for misinformation because I said that she doesn't have a doctorate? Oh, bro, that is most likely what happened. That is most like, why would anybody, dude, I had 6 people watching me on TikTok. Who's reporting me? It's just stupid. I'm pretty sure that's probably what happened. What were we just talking about? Best way to, so with the false allegation, Kevin's writing me. So with the false allegation, what I would recommend for you guys to do with the false allegation, like I said, is don't address it. So here's the reason why I'm saying this, okay? Don't address it publicly. The people who need to know, you address it with them. Just understand social media is not God. It's not the church. You don't need to pray to it. I know a lot of people like try to use social media. It's like, oh my God, my girlfriend dumped me. She cheated on me. Everyone hate her online. Like what Wizard Liz did with her boyfriend. Whatever that is, like, don't worry about it. Hey, guys, by the way, you guys don't have to stay on. I'm going to do reaction videos here in a little bit as soon as I get off these other platforms. I'm talking to Ari and Kevin. You guys don't have to, you can jump off, do whatever you want. It's fine. Or you can jump on later. I'm going to be on here for a while.
No, we're good for now. We're going to have to go later.
Yeah.
I have to leave in like 3 minutes. Yeah.
Oh, it's all good. Are you using,
really are you using, utilize Ari? I mean, he's here, you know, he's like got virality potential. I mean, he's quite the character.
Nice. He's been trying to get me to get you canceled, you know. Well,
I mean, I almost got canceled tonight.
I know. That was a close call, huh?
Ari, see, here's the thing. Ari, you're not even capable of being canceled. You don't have enough aura. We want to see it come out of you. Like, what's the craziest take you have?
He's been trying to trigger me all night.
I've been trying to trigger greatness. Yeah, I'm ready. We're all waiting, Ari. Everyone watching right now is like, who is this Ari guy? Why is he here? What's cool about him? How's he going to change the world? We're all waiting.
Okay. We'll get to that in just 1 second. I want to answer the rest of this question. to deal with false allegations if you're an influencer, if you're not an influencer. So I'm going to tell you guys something right now. This isn't false allegations, but this is something that I didn't want people to talk about very much. I broke up with the girl I was seeing. You guys all know, if you guys have been following me for a while, you know I was seeing someone. I still feel very highly about her. Her and I are friends. I think we talked on the phone last month just to catch up. We're still very cool, me and the person that I was dating before. When we knew that we were going to split up, this would have been August of 24 when we broke up, okay? We didn't tell anyone, and it was almost December of 25 before anybody brought up whether or not we had split up. And by that time, I was already seeing someone else. You could see it on social media, so it was very easy to see that I was seeing someone else. And the reason why I did that was because I didn't want to give it gravity. Now, once people figured out that I had broken up with this girl over a year prior, then all of a sudden, all my haters started making videos about me and her and trying to get her on the show to talk about what happened. And obviously she cheated or whatever. And of course, she didn't cheat. Nothing like that happened. It was very amenable, very cool. Her and I are still friends. There's a life that she wanted in South Texas and a life that I wanted in Southern Nevada, and they weren't the same life. Totally cool. And so because of that, I didn't give it gravity and I didn't give it weight, because when the thing had happened, it was like a year later. So just imagine when, is it Larry Wheels? Is that his name? The powerlifter? When him and his wife split up, that's going to be a thing. When Jeff Bezos and his wife split up, that's going to be a thing. When if Logan Paul and his wife split up, that it's going to be a thing. It's going to be an explosion. It's going to be a thing with gravity that's full of embarrassment. I would just prefer to avoid that. So what I would tell you is, if you're getting these allegations, first off, understand that especially if you're not an influencer, most people don't know and they don't care. Most people don't know and they don't care. So you bringing it up publicly is only going to hurt you. Don't bring it up publicly. That's what I recommend for you.
It just adds fuel to it. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, if it was a situation where someone was saying about something defamatory about me and I have actual evidence, bro, you're getting a 2.5 hour live stream where I am dragging your bitch ass through the mud. That's different. If it's defamatory, and also if you're coming after somebody that I know for something I know they didn't do, I'm coming after you. That's different. If we portray ourselves as high status on social media, fancy dinners, exclusive events, but in really we're not living cool, fun lives, will women be resentful when they realize the truth? That's a great question.
Are you reading off?
I'm reading. It's on the chat on the side. You guys, okay, look on the side. You see where it says live and starred? Look on the right side of the screen. Do not, if the screen's fully maxed out, then you're not going to see it.
Behavior.
Oh, okay. I was on the private chat. Okay.
Cool.
Got it. I see
So here's the thing. Here's the thing, Easy Money. I don't know how to answer that because I don't do that. My life is filled with cats. I don't have Lamborghinis in my Instagram. This is an Apple Watch. So I understand what you're saying, but
Sartain, I've seen you rock the Rolly though.
Okay, but I don't advertise it. Okay, I do. Finally, I invested in one Rolex. I did because my friends asked me to, and this Rolex that I invested in actually is worth more now than when I bought it. I got the Blueface Sky Dweller.
It's okay. I'll let you keep the Rolex for another couple of weeks.
Okay, cool. I appreciate it. Thank you. But the point is, I'm not. You can portray. You guys need to separate two things. Ready? Let's all do an exercise together. Ready? High status, having money, separate. They can be similar. But in general, they're separate. High status can be competent, relevant. High status can be funny, charismatic, having pre-selection, having social proof, having access to cool locations. That can be high status. Money is different. Private jet, huge bank account, supercars, that's separate from high status. So what you did is you conflated two things. High status and money are not the same thing. Okay. High status, money can be high status, but it's not the same thing. Okay. So good question. But the thing is, I don't know how to fully answer the question because I don't show any fake high status.
That question is kind of weird. Like why be a fraud when you can just be real and just do what you want to do? Do you want to be this loser? Why not just fucking become that person? Why are you trying to be fraudulent and trick people?
Max is probably referring to from earlier, like way at the beginning, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Also, not just alcohol; it's many substances. Agreed.
Yeah,
We should say
it's a given. It's just alcohol is like the most common used substance out of all of them.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think it's even worse though, because think about it. There's other people are using other substances as crutches, just as and it's worse, right?
Yo, is this real? Is this real? Can you guys look this up? Is this real?
What was that again?
Yo, is this real? Bro. Can you guys look this up for me right now? Holy shit, is this real? Can somebody confirm this? What?
The
Sentenced.
No, that's not it. That's someone else.
Yo, did this really happen? David Bond and squatting? Michael used to live in the building next to me. He got 17 years. Bro, I need to know if this is real. Are you serious?
Who are these people?
So they're Squatting Casanova is like old school pickup guy, mainly Asian clients, but he's also into fitness. And then the other dude is, and I've been friends with him peripherally. We've never done anything together professionally, but like he's a cool guy. He's always been cool to me. He lives in the other tower here at Pano. And then, or he did. And then David Bond is the guy who goes and he has a bunch of girls in Colombia and Brazil, and he talks about having a harem of women.
According to Gemini, they've not been sentenced.
Okay, but are they charged?
Potential sentences, yeah, they're being charged. Obviously,
Bro, that's wild. What are the details? Can you pull up the details?
What was that?
Oh my god, bro!
No, not that. Hang on. Unshare that.
Okay.
Stop screen share. Let me share screen.
Can somebody ask Perplexity? I just want to know if this is real. If this is real, I'd really want to know.
I'll just put it in Claude in the meantime, but you can like screen share now, show the screen.
Okay.
If you want to.
So Mark Thomas Firestone and Chinese national. Dude, he's a Chinese national? Mike Squad Casanova is a Chinese citizen? What? Bro, I talked to him. He doesn't have an accent at all. Okay, so the charges have not been sentenced. Charges.
Prosecutors have charged the man with the following: solicitation, sexual exploitation of minors, inducing prostitution, allegation. Prosecutors allege that.
Hey, let's scroll through this quick because these words on the screen is not good for my YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay, let's take this down. Okay, you guys saw it. I mean, we use different words, but I don't like using those words on my YouTube because it's just going to be misconstrued what we're talking about.
Yeah. Eventually, we're gonna have to kill the YouTube as well and just get everyone over to Kick and Rumble and just really shoot the shit. I mean, you guys should start moving over to Rumble or Kick like now.
Yeah. Guys? I would recommend at any point, those of you who are watching me on YouTube, please, right now, you guys watching me on YouTube, please go to Rumble or Kick right now. All the same functionality, all the same commenting, everything is just we're safer. We can accidentally say words that even if they're misconstrued, we don't get in trouble. A lot of it, you guys just saw my TikTok literally said that they were not showing my content to certain people because of misinformation. Obviously, there was no misinformation on my TikTok. I told jokes and I brought up studies, so there's no misinformation. This was a great podcast with these Christian dudes, but not overly cringe. And my one gripe is that the whole men need to lead as though it solves all marriage woes. It doesn't. That's kind of been my thing as well. Michael, what year did you start making content? Me in 2014. Yeah, it was also 2014. Clearly you're in Sadia's mind though, Sartain. Yeah, you
occupy space there rent free.
Okay, let's go here. Okay, I'm going to finish. Hey guys, stay on those of you on Instagram, stay on there. I'm going to get to your questions. I need to finish the questions on Rumble Kick.
He wants to debate Judaism.
My noise cancellation on? Yeah.
I messed with some women in the past, and they're so and Saudi has proof that you don't need permission. Just flap the flagpole and anyone salutes. That's true. Yeah. Who cares about having a PhD or a license? That's a stupid reason to silence someone. Okay, so here they are, guys. Here, okay. Everyone stop what you're doing. Listen, they're here. They're here. They're here. So someone just commented, random 199111004. Okay, this is what's called, for those of you who don't know, you're getting some education. Let's write this down. This is what's known as a bot. This is not a real person. There's no avatar. This person, random 199111004, is someone who's paid by one of these agencies that Sadia has. Okay, this is if you guys don't believe me, do it yourself. Make content about Sadia. She will respond. She will, and then all of a sudden you're going to get these random comments. So this one is, who cares about, just to show you, I'm going to give this bot some juice here. Who cares about not having a PhD or a license? Well, people who get medical care about you having a PhD or a license. Isn't that true? Am I wrong about that? That's a stupid reason to silence someone. No one here. Do you guys see the gaslighting? Have I ever called for her to be silenced or have her account taken down? Never. So this is gaslighting by a bot. Let's see if we get some more of these. This is what I'm looking for. This one right here. From now on, I'm going to say bro every time a woman approaches me. That's funny. Exodus, hey Michael, it's cool, guys. I'm going to read the ones. I'm more likely to read the ones on Kick and Rumble, just because I really want to push you guys to Kick and Rumble. I really appreciate you guys going over there. Cool to see you guys streaming and being more active. Question for you: if status is status is status, why not boost your own metric on social media? I see people reject the idea of it as fake. Why does it matter and do why? But fake, but why does it matter and do the same? Exodus, the end of that sentence doesn't make sense. I don't really understand it. But what I am going to say is, as far as status is concerned, I want you to consider all the people. Again, I like Clavicular. I met him. He's a cool guy. But look at all the people that are having Clavicular on right now. He's not even 21 years old. Why are they having him on? Are they having him on because he has deep philosophical beliefs that they agree or disagree with? Or are they having him on because he's famous?
No.
Yo, Ari, whatever you're doing, it's too loud.
Guys, keep it down.
All right.
So why are they having him on? Why are they having him on? Are they having him on because of deep philosophical beliefs that he has? Or are they having him on because he's famous? Does that make sense? That's the reason why. So I want you guys to understand that. Come to Vegas, Sadia. That's funny. Who cares what they think? The thought things, facts. She's immature and a fraud. Pull up Sadia. Don't drop the soap. XD. Wankster. Personal insults. Trying to. Okay. I don't want to get too far into this. The guys were being extremely unprofessional by even bringing this up. I don't think it was extremely unprofessional, dude. I told them beforehand, nothing's off limits. Okay, yeah. I'm just catching up to all you guys commenting on Sadia. For immature loser females, okay. Did she want to give Andrew Tate a? Oh, I can't say that on here. So crazy. I'll join Kick just to see the comments here. Not joking. If she's awake, watch out. Okay, here we go, guys. It's random again. Why you care about the license? Okay, you see that? Why do you care about the license? Regardless of whether or not I care about the license, what I care about is that she doesn't have a license, but she said she did. There's a term for that, random. It's called lying. Okay, I understand that doesn't mean anything to you, but I care because she's lying. You get hard for Orion Taraban. That is a handsome shout out to Orion Taraban. Me and Orion were next side by side on the New York Post. You can never take that away from me, ever. I got to appear side by side by my good buddy Orion Taraban. You can never take that away from me. Shout out to the New York Post for having me on their cover. I don't know if I was on their cover, but whatever. I was definitely in the New York Post. Shout out to you, those people, man. I appreciate that. You will never be able to take away from the fact that me and Orion Taraban were on the New York Post together. That is my.
Can I get a hit piece on the New York Post?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Listen, it's
crazy.
Listen, hey, shout out to Siege.
Okay, the goal tonight is to say some really crazy shit to get a hit piece on me. Is that an obtainable goal?
Yeah. Hey, Siege. Here's what I need from you, Siege. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Sartain. I'm in my car.
Siege, what I need from you is just to kind of help me out to read some of the if you can read Instagram or if you can read some of these other comments that are good, just let me know, okay?
Will do.
You get hard for Ryan Tamerman. And again, guys, ready? Here. Let's do it real quick. Screen share, let's go. There it is. There it is. Guys, listen, my mom is so proud. You guys can all see it. That's me in the New York Post. I just posted that. This is in the actual paper, the Sunday paper that came out. It's me in the New York Post. And there's Orion Taraban. Let me actually show you The original thing is this.
The New York Post wrote an article about me. Desperate male singles are paying thousands for fake photos and taco club gurus becoming. Some people may see this as bad publicity, but anytime the mainstream media writes an article about me that's negative, it just gives me more credibility with my audience. And the reason why is because the mainstream media has absolutely no idea how to help men in 2026 be able to find anyone to date. They recommend using dating apps or just going up and talking to strangers. They have no real solution. So when someone like me actually provides a solution, rather than actually dealing with what I say, they just have to complain about me. Now, what surprised me about this article is while that title was negative, they had hardly anything negative to say about me. Michael Sartain claims he can completely transform men to become their highest value selves. I don't ever remember actually saying that, but that's fine. I don't mind them saying that about me. Amateur dating guru turned internet star Michael Sartain is one of the unofficial experts. Now, here's one of my beefs with this article, one of my gripes. There's no way to get a PhD in dating. There's no dating experts. I understand that Orion Taraban has a degree in psychology, but a degree in psychology is not dating expert. I've been coaching this since 2008. So at this point, 18 years I've been doing this. I don't know who the experts are if I'm not one, but there's no official degree I can get. So no matter what I do, they're going to call me an amateur.
Okay, there we go. If you guys want to go check that out, shout out to Orion Taraban. You know, nobody can take that away from us, brother. Nobody can ever take that away from us. We were on the New York Post together. That is my boy. Orion is such a great dude. Such a great dude. All right, let's keep going. You said you were a wankster. You need to stop fronting. Yeah, exactly. Like again, I don't want to bring this up, but like the way Sadia is like, you could tell him I said that. You could tell he's an idiot, and you could tell him I said that. Like we're in prison or something. Sadia, you're not, even if you're not, you're not going to do anything to me. She's acting like she's bucking up, like we're ready to fight in the prison yard. It's like, you're not in the room. You're talking trash to a dude who's not in the room. Like, you don't understand. Like, that's wankster stuff. Like that. It's like such fake gangster stuff. All right, let's keep going here. Where's it? What happened to it? Okay, start. Oh, damn. I got a bunch of super chats. Okay. Thank you to Rational Redneck. The thing that amuses me about red pill Christian interactions is that the end point of red pill philosophy for both men and women would look a lot like Christian prescription, yet many treat us as adversaries. Dude, I could not agree with you more. The fact that they're coming after me, I think, is just absurd. I don't understand why these MRA guys were upset with me. What did I do? I didn't do anything wrong. Like, it's so crazy. All right, cool. That one is there. Let me go back to the questions.
I can read a few from your Instagram if you'd like, Sartain.
Yeah, please.
Okay, let me see. All right. Here's from Impersonator Masculinitas. I think that's Spanish. How does one get a woman as a neurodivergent person if one has neurological problems?
So it's a great question. A lot of women say they're into that. They are. I think that you can offer value in a lot of different ways. And I also have met people who are neurodivergent who are able to actually generate a level of charisma. It takes work. It's like a little bit more work. Like, for instance, I play basketball. I'm very uncoordinated. I learned after playing basketball for a long time. It took me longer than it did some of my other friends who were more athletic to be able to play basketball. Like, I naturally don't have big arms. It took me, a little bit longer. Like, I have to work out my arms more. Like, there's certain things naturally I'm not able to do, but being neurodivergent, you can learn over a while to become more charismatic. So what I would ask you to do is, one of my favorite ways to coach my clients is called man on the street videos. I have them do man on the street videos, and then I go back and I actually score, or I judge the man, critique the man on the street videos to see whether or not there's weird head movement, or there's weird eye, blinking of the eyes, or just like, yeah, great. This is generally what happens. For those of you who are new to my content, get ready to laugh. This is generally what happens. I have guys come on my calls, my Tuesday or Thursday calls, and they're like, Michael, I don't understand why these girls don't like me. For some reason, whenever I talk to these women, they don't want to hang out with me afterwards. I don't understand. I was like, okay, brother, that's cool. Do you want to maybe do a man on the street video so I can actually see you interact with a girl? But also, we're doing this with a big old light and a camera, so it's all consensual and everybody knows that they're being filmed. Do you mind doing that? He's like, okay. Yes, Michael, I'll do a man on the street video. And then they come on the Tuesday call and they do the man on the street video. And what happens, Ari? What happens like half the time?
What was that? I missed the last part.
Okay,
What was the question?
no, I'll answer for you. The man on the street videos, when they actually do them, what happens?
I have a collection of these at my house.
No, I'll explain it. What they do is they go, hey, the same guy who's like, yeah, Michael, I'll do the man on the street video. He interviews a girl.
Oh yeah, we see their vocal inflection, like everything.
Hey, that dress is amazing. Oh my God. Wow. Will you spin around with that dress? Yeah. And I'm like, yo, what am I watching here? And I'm like, I'm talking to the guy because I'm watching the video and I'm like, why do you all of a sudden take on the embodiment of a homosexual whenever you're talking to women? Guys, there's of all the guys watching me right now, I'm telling you, it's more than 50% of you that do this. It's the staring and like, yeah, let me look at the boobies, look up and down like this. Yeah. It's either this creepiness or this like weird, disingenuous feminine behavior. The way I'm talking now is how I talk to beautiful women. That's what I try to teach my clients. And if you don't grasp that, you're going to have a really hard time. That's the main reason why I have guys do this. So neurodivergent or not, we got plenty of guys who are neurodivergent in the Men of Action program. You can absolutely pull this off. It's not a big deal. Okay. Let's go through some questions. Go ahead, Siege, if you have another one. I'm going to read some too.
Not at all.
Let's see, from YouTube, I'd say Bob Satchu just keeps on putting this question in the YouTube chat, just for like confirmation. In the Anthony D testimonial, he said
fine.
he was.
It's fine. Hey, Siege, we'll talk about that later. Shout out to Anthony DeRico. He's the best. That's something we're going to handle off camera.
Okay, understood.
Okay.
All right. Let's see, going back to Instagram. Oh, any advice on meeting high quality women at a cosplay from Avery Jalford on Instagram?
Yeah, I can answer that, Michael.
Okay, can you tell them to be quiet, dude? Ari, I can hear every word they're saying because
Are you hearing
Kevin still has his
everything?
microphone. I think Kevin still has his microphone on.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't have,
Okay.
and my gain is down to the lowest. I'm gonna move to another room in a second.
Okay.
We just had like a party walk in here. Yeah, this is a big misconception, guys. Guys are always saying like, "Oh, this won't work for me because I'm in X city. This won't work for me because I'm this." But Dr. David Buss's stuff, his studies were over 37 different cultures, and they were all exactly the same. So the concepts are exactly the same. So
Okay,
whether
nice.
it's cosplay, whether it's swimsuit models, whatever it is, the concepts are still the same.
Let me see what my live looks like. Okay, cool. Nice. Okay. This is pretty cool. Beautiful. All right. I'm sorry. I was just watching my live on live here to see what it looks like. All right, let's keep it going. And let's go to some questions here. Sadia Khan's mass reporting. She is. Guys, I'm just going to tell you to be careful with her. She will pay people to try to have you mass reported if you talk about her online. Do we still have a Twitch? We do. We're still up on Twitch.
I know. I was surprised at Twitch. We still have that. TikTok was the first to get flagged or something.
Yeah.
I was surprised Twitch was still around.
I think I saw a girl doing IRL Twitch at our at one of our events at the White Party, and I realized that Twitch is. I think Kick has loosened the reins on Twitch. I think because they see Kick as a competitor. Let's see here. Anand gave me $4.99. Shout out to Anand. Thank you so much, brother. Another super chat. Nice. Shout out to This Rocks. We are still alive. The people on Twitch are saying we are still alive. I love that. Thank you. Michael, would you like to get interviewed by the New York Post and talk more about social? Of course I would. But like the problem is like, how is that going to help? If I were to say, let's do Social Circle, what is that? Men and women should be friends, build your social life around philanthropy. What are they doing? They're taking a manosphere guy and they're making him look reasonable. They can't do that. That doesn't fit the New York Post narrative. It doesn't. The narrative has to be men are creepy, weird. And the reason why there's a male loneliness epidemic is because it's men's fault. Any other narrative than that can never be promoted in the mainstream media. So New York Post, I'd love it if they interviewed me, but they're not going to for that reason.
Let's see. We have Georgie Music. How many clients do you have in New Zealand? Do they end up moving to Australia?
I have at least 4 in New Zealand, maybe more than 4. I don't know. God, I wish I had one of the coaches on here because he can go through the school groups and actually tell you how many people. But I know within the last month, I've had a guy from Auckland on my show, or Christchurch. Doesn't the woman have to be attractive or way above average for pre-selection to work. Like pre-selection work for Kindly Myers was, let's just say not genetically blessed, but I'm still your friend. Okay, so here's the thing with when it comes. This is an interesting question, and I'm going to post it because it's coming from X. And I really appreciate you guys commenting from X, Rumble, Kick, and Twitch. I really appreciate that. So what I'm going to say here is this is the thing about pre-selection. This is the part that a lot of people get confused. Because I post pictures with hot women doesn't mean every woman wants to get with me. What it does, though, is it takes a certain group of women who wouldn't have noticed me, and it just gives me 1% of notice. Does that make sense? For most of you guys don't understand. On a woman's Richter scale, on a woman's radar, you're a 0. You have no radar return. Having a picture with you with beautiful women, at least she notices. And the reason why you know she notices is because a lot of times they'll complain or they'll say you look phony or whatever. You saw that Charlize Theron thing where Charlize Theron was like, guys, don't post the pictures of you at parties or whatever. I'm like, Charlize Theron, incredible actress, beautiful woman. I don't really care what a 50-year-old woman is telling me to post or not post on social media. No offense, but it's not really what she is not going to determine for me what works and doesn't work when I know what works for me. Okay. With all due respect, I don't mean to come after her. I actually am a fan of hers. She's been in some great movies. But with that being said, the way pre-selection works, when you're saying is it unattractive women or attractive women, if it's like really unattractive women, then it definitely does not help you. Or it could be like, for instance, if I had a PhD in astrophysics and I took a picture with her and she was a lecturer and she wasn't attractive, I'm going to get social proof, but I will not get pre-selection. I will not get mate choice copying. So there's two different things. And there's two different phenomena. Social proof and mate choice copying and social proof are two different things. So my answer to you is if they're moderately good looking women, you will get some pre-selection, which is better than nothing. And the whole thing, and I have debates with people in my whole team about this. You doing something is better than nothing. You doing something is better than nothing. Doing something is called action, and my course is not called men. It's called Men of Action. It's not called Men of slow decision making. It's not called Men of Debate. It's not called Men of Astrology. It's called Men of Action. So you taking action. So a lot of you guys are like, well, I don't have any action to take. That's awesome. It's better that you take some action. Well, what's the action? Well, I'd like for you to post lifestyle videos, lifestyle photos, candid photos, and pre-selection photos. One of the three. It's like, well, Michael, I don't have this, that, excuse, wah, excuse. Fuck that. Take some action. That's all I'm asking for. So many guys in my program, the reason they got so much benefit from the program was because when they didn't feel like taking action, they manned the fuck up and they took action anyway. And then that allowed them to take other action in other places in their life. That's the greatness of the Men of Action program. Go ahead.
Someone's commenting, men against flat earthers. Can we actually get a flat earther on air?
I would love that. That'd be great. The problem is we're going to get kicked off of half these platforms for flat earthers. Let's keep going. Siege, if you got another one, just shout it out.
Let's see. Question, Michael, you claim men don't need games, so how do you justify a lot of these high-status men with loads of money still getting dog-walked by women?
I've never said... Have Ari or Siege, you guys listen to me all the time. Have I ever said men don't need game?
No, you still need to be able to have game to deal with women and not get walked over.
Okay, so the answer to your question, there's a video called "Why Do Successful Men Struggle with Women?" Let's do it real quick. Let's go to here.
The core concepts of the Instagram and everything you do with like your social circle, that's just to give you access to the women. But once you're in person, you need fucking game.
Yeah, of course. No one has ever said you don't need game. Let's try this again real quick. Do you see on the screen here? This video is called "Why Successful Men Struggle in Dating," and this is the answer to the question you just asked me. Why successful men? Please go look up this video. It's called "Why Successful Men Struggle in Dating," and it will answer your question ad nauseum. Please go check out that video right now. Okay. Okay, let's do this. You attract what you lead with something else other than money. You don't want gold diggers. Agreed. Finally, someone who knows how to separate the two. People think high status equals high earnings. Correct. High status does not, again, high status lots of money are two different things. If I show videos and photos of me in cool places with beautiful women, that's different from saying that I'm rich. But because most men can't have that reality unless they're rich, they can't separate the two. I have dated Bondo's number. Just talked to him last week. Okay, so someone says I have David Bond's number. Just talked to him last week. I'm not saying that David Bond got sentenced to anything. I'm saying I'm actually trying to confirm that. I think that would be terrible to hear that those guys got arrested and put into jail. I mean, depending on what they did, but like in general, I do think it's something to be kind of wary of, because when you're dealing with places like Brazil or Colombia, it's what I call sexual arbitrage, where it's basically men who have so much more money are dealing with women who are basically on the brink of like poverty and starvation. Of course, these women are going to do what you want. And so in doing so, you're going to end up in worse and worse situations that are closer and closer to being a sugar daddy or whatever. And then eventually you're going to get to the point where now they're 19, now they're 18, now they're 17, now you're in deep doo-doo. That's why I think it's a problem. That's why you don't see me in Brazil. You guys, you want to know something really funny? It's hilarious. My family is from Medellin, Colombia. That's where my family's from. I'm Colombian. Do you know that I haven't been back to Colombia in almost 20 years? You want to know why? Because if I go back to Colombia, then all of a sudden I'm being compared to these guys in Brazil and Colombia who are clearly using their economic advantage. I can't even go see my family because someone's going to take a picture of me in Colombia and it's going to be a look at Michael with this girl. It's like, it's my cousin, bitch. It's my cousin. I have 30 cousins that are Colombian, but I'm afraid to go back because you guys are going to misconstrue stuff. So I just don't go. That's what I just haven't gone.
You know how you're doomed if you do and you're doomed if you don't.
Yes.
Like I feel like it's just gonna take a matter of time until someone's gonna be like, oh yeah, Michael Sartain is not going to Colombia because he has some like involvement with some past with the cartels or some shit. You know.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly right. All right, well, dude, I'm glad nothing's happened.
You can never win in these things. You can never. It's like never ending. It's like a game of whack-a-mole.
Okay, they won't get charged. Calm down, y'all. Just banned from Brazil. Okay, good. I'm actually happy to hear that. I'm happy to hear that.
Is there a source on this?
David Bond now has a kid. I don't know. I'm happy to hear that. Mike posted on Insta's stories earlier today. Good. So Mike Squat and Casanova posted on Insta earlier today. Good. Please do not get this misconstrued. I don't want Mike or David to go to jail. That would make me very sad. I don't want that. Okay. All the Chinese spies are okay. Hold on. Sartain and Rumble. I appreciate you for posting that. Siege. Go. Siege, if you see anything else on Instagram, please let me know.
Let's see. How about screw all this and pay for it? No one has the energy for women anymore. I'm just reading one of those comments right there.
Okay, got it. If you see any questions, let me know.
Will do.
Hold on. Let's get almost to the end here.
Oh, hey, Sartain, do you know how to speak Spanish, though?
I don't know how to speak Spanish, but I don't need to. I just use ChatGPT.
Oh, yeah. Pretty helpful. I remember one time I was over at water park and again, Spider-Man experiment. I was taking pictures of me and my little brother using our tripod, and a bunch of Italian girls just started coming up and talking to us. Oh, are you YouTubers? Unfortunately, I didn't have my phone with me. I just had a GoPro. So Spider-Man experiment does work, man.
Nice. Okay. With Clav, he confirmed that he pays Clippers to push him on social media. I don't understand. Paid Clippers?
That's like $1 million a month.
Yeah, no. But hold on. Listen, you guys don't understand. This is the way it works. So this is the way it works with like Real World and the War Room and all this kind of stuff. They pay Clippers, but the Clippers put a link in their bio, and when they sell the course, then the Clipper gets paid a commission off affiliates. No, I don't know. He may do something different, but that's like everyone's done that.
They actually pay Clippers just for clipping videos, just to get them views and to get attention. And
yeah. I don't
just for that.
I have zero problem with this because people could just choose to not watch the clips. I don't care at all. This means nothing to me. I heard like this, guys. Rolo's one of my best friends. We disagree on a lot of stuff. I could care less that if he spent $1 billion paying Clippers, it means nothing to me. I don't care because what you're saying is okay. Hold on, Ari.
It's a negative thing.
Yes, Ari. Have you seen Clavicular? Have you seen Clavicular do something either funny or interesting?
Me personally, I mean,
Yeah.
I find everything he does like interesting. I like to break things down in an interesting way.
So
but,
I don't care.
Funny?
That's
I
good.
don't know.
That's good enough, Ari. That's good enough. I don't care if he pays Clippers. He's interesting. He is interesting. Like Clav is interesting to watch. So that whether or not he pays Clippers means nothing to me. Sartain has.
I mean,
more
he pays video editors. He pays his videographer. He has a whole team, and he pays Clippers.
Again, yeah. My point exactly.
It's part of the bigger picture.
I mean, if you have the money to be able to pay someone to clip you and boost you in the algorithm, might as well.
It generates him more money. It's an ROI. It would be stupid not to do it.
This is from the New York Post. Wow, Rachel Pizzolatto, hot damn. Rachel Pizzolatto is our 2026 Miss Swimsuit USA, and she's going to be there with me for Swimsuit USA in the third week of October. We're going to be at the Dominican Republic where we will champion our 2027 Miss Swimsuit USA. If you guys want to get involved with it, just hit up Swimsuit USA on Instagram. Tell them you'd like to come to Swimsuit USA. I'd love to meet you guys and come. There's no official MOA thing going on there. It's not official. I've been doing Swimsuit USA for as the host or as an organizer. I'm not the host every year, but sometimes about half the time I'm the host. I've been doing Swimsuit USA now going on 2019. So 7 years I've been doing Swimsuit USA. If you guys are interested in being a part of it, just go to Swimsuit USA on Instagram, message them, and they'll give you the info. And you guys can come to the Dominican Republic, spend a week with us at an all-inclusive resort. It's an incredible time. Or you guys can also DM Ari if you want.
Yeah, you guys are better off DMing me, and I can hook you guys up with that.
Did you get an increase in leads from the bad press? I don't know yet. That's a good question. I'll ask my setters on Monday when we have my next meeting. I'm interested to see if we did. Congrats, not too bad. Raises some name recognition. The issue with the New York Post thing is same thing happened with CBS. Is that my posts on my Instagram get more views than theirs do because their mainstream media just doesn't do well on social media. Do as well. Generally, they have a lot of followers, but they don't do as well.
Well, it's because you actually interact with the people who are commenting, Sartain.
Yeah. Okay, didn't hurt Elon.
Let's see. Reading the rest of the super chats here.
How much you get Sartain in a swimsuit?
So they may have been convicted because now I'm seeing something here from Manis. They may have been. It says, look, they may have been convicted, but they're just not in Brazil anymore. Or they maybe got deported. I don't know.
Gemini and Claude said they were just charged and not.
Okay, I don't know the answer, and I don't want to say and spread any misinformation. I hope that they don't go to jail. How to meet cosplay girls? I mean, I would become the leader of the cosplay group. So if you wanted to meet cosplay girls, one of the girl I used to date, Amy Spears, she's really big into a cosplay. And Amy and I are still good friends. Amy, like I would just tell you, they have these big cosplay parties or whatever. I would go to wherever the biggest cosplay event is, and then I would throw the biggest after party and then have all the girls come to the after party. That's what I would do. So the way I do it, guys, is instead of using just social media, or going out and talking to girls on Cold Approach, I try to funnel amazing women into my life using events. And I use social media and a social circle to create those events. That's kind of what the Men of Action program is. Cosplay as Leon Kennedy. Hilarious. How many clients do you have in New Zealand? Okay, hold on. Let's scroll down here. Again, Georgie Music, thank you for the New Zealand money. I appreciate that.
How much is that in USD?
I don't know. I was kind of hoping for more of the Sadia, the pro Sadia stuff. That's funny. Okay, Casey Redbeard was banned from Colombia. Did Mike put in a call to the old country to get him locked out? I like Casey. I would not. Casey Redbeard has, to this day, one of the greatest advertisements I've ever seen, and I'm not going to show it on here. I'm not showing it on here. I'm going to wait till we're off of Instagram and off of YouTube before I show it, and off of Twitch. Casey Redbeard has one of the craziest advertisements I've ever seen in my life, and I was blown away by his creativity. So no, I don't have any issue with Casey Redbeard. Men Against Flat Earth, hilarious.
Are we waiting for anything in particular, or can we hop off those?
No, we'll hop off in a second. Let me finish the questions, and then I'm going to hop off.
Sure.
Yeah, we can also read the rest of the super chats too.
Yeah, future questions should be answered from Kick and Rumble only.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll throw the links in
Can
there
you
again.
debate a communist? Would you would love to see that? Yes, I could. Funnily understood. Back. Okay. Money doesn't make preferably. So I'm trying to do this now. Obviously, when we do Access Vegas, there's so many comments that I can't get through all of them, but I'm trying to get through all of them here. Flat Earther would say no such thing as gravity. Handsome. Let me see here. Bro, I thought you were Mexican. That's funny. Colombian is awesome. So Mike Squatting Casanova posted on IG stories today. He's headed to Bangkok. So good. That's good. He's not locked up.
There's one comment over here. Can we go over this? It's the third one. Exodus.
Okay, hold on. Everyone pays Clippers. Give me 1 second. Let me get to the end here.
That's
okay, guys. Here's the thing. We've gotten to a point where I can't read all these. So what we're going to do is only super chats. Okay. So let me go to the super chats and let me finish the ones that I haven't done.
Let's just do this one over here. This is a good question over here to go over after the super chat.
All right, after super chat. Let's go to the super chats here. Longhorn suck. Debate me, bro. Hilarious.
Oh, redneck.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Am I able to highlight a comment or?
Give me 1 second. I'll pay you $5 to keep your shirt on. I love it. Thank you. Let's see the next one here. Ari mogs Kevin. Ari, you're mogging Kevin. Doesn't Kevin Von James look a little bit like clavicular? Has anybody else noticed that?
No.
He looks a little bit like clavicular.
Eh.
Let me see here. $10 super chat. I think there's value to alcohol we didn't discuss. Some of us are older, neurodivergent. We figured out how to emulate social people and be popular, but it's boring and tiring. Drinking makes it fun. I understand that. I just think that you could do all those things without drinking as well. All right, was there something else you wanted to go over, Ari?
I thought this was a good one over here from Exodus. Do you want to read it or do you see it?
No. Did you highlight it?
I don't know. I don't think I can. Paying. Okay, I'll just read it. Paying to get to the top. It seems like a lot of people fake their followers, likes, and comments to seem more people than they are. To seem like they have more than they have. A lot of people are against it, but wanted to know your stance because it seems like you can pay to win.
Yeah, no, we went over this before. So it's not just followers. It's like showing relevancy. And so there's clout, which is separate from money. Okay. Then there's relevance and competence that are separate from clout and money. Then there's humor that's separate from relevance and competence and clout and money. And then there's physical attractive. There's all these different things you can do. I teach status through relevancy, competency, humor, charisma, pre-selection, social proof, access to scarce locations, networks, and resources, and leadership. Those are the 10 ways I teach status. Notice I didn't say money and I didn't say looks. Those are the 10 ways I teach status. There are other ways of getting status as well, though. All right, guys.
No, so the question is more to use. This is actually a really good question, which me personally, I'm not against using money to if you can boost your ads and make yourself go famous, if you can drop 50K, 100K and throw a big mansion party where all the hot girls want to come. We're not totally against doing that, but leading, but just that, like we spoke about, where you just lead with money, you're going to pay girls to come. That's what we don't do. That just makes you lose. But using money to amplify, that's what I was looking for. Using money to amplify, that's something we're not against that, right?
Yeah. Using money as a funnel and not using money as a crutch. We're totally fine with that. Using money as a funnel. So what happens is I decide, okay, I want to throw a huge, here we go. I have some money. I'm going to throw a huge cosplay event. So what I'm going to do is go to where all the cosplay girls are. The cosplays are us. Cosplayagram or whatever, cosplay con, whatever it's called. You're going to go to that city. We're going to say for this example, it's in Atlanta, Georgia. You're going to go and you're going to find a house to Airbnb or a place to have the biggest cosplay after party. You're going to charge tickets for men. You're not going to charge women to come into the cosplay after party. So you're going to make some of your money back. When you do so, you're going to get on stage and you're going to give a toast to everyone or have a huge performer come in and perform. And you're going to do that leading your cosplay group using money. You're creating a funnel, not a crutch. That's an extreme example, but there are other examples for me. It's let's say me and a buddy of mine, let's say Ari comes out here. He gets a bay at Top Golf for $35 an hour. I get the bay next to him for $35 an hour. You can have 8 people at a bay. So Ari brings 7 girls and I bring 7 girls. Now there's 2 guys and 14 girls at a bay. We're all playing Top Golf while we're sitting there hanging out. When we do so, we're using money as a funnel, not using money to create an experience, not using money as a crutch, not paying for her rent, not paying for her car note, not giving her jewelry or a bag or buying her clothes. We're not doing any of those things. We're not doing any of those things. We're instead, what we're doing is we're using money to create a funnel to bring amazing women in our life and have amazing experiences that generate attraction and desire, not using money as a crutch. Make sense? Love it.
Yeah, that answer.
All right, here's the thing. All you guys on Instagram, thank you guys for watching me. I'm going to jump off of Instagram right now. Actually, no, there is a question here. Everyone watching will see it on screen. No, there's no question. I appreciate that. And then there's a request to come on live with me. If you want to come on live with me, you need to come on YouTube. All right. So for those of you guys who are watching me right now on Instagram, I appreciate it. You guys have been watching me for an hour and 2 hours now. I need you guys to go to, please, I need you to support free speech. If you want to go to YouTube, if you absolutely have to go to YouTube, I get it. But for the rest of you, I would please ask you, go to Rumble, go to Kick, go to X, and watch me live on there, and then leave me a comment as soon as you get on there, okay? Certain things I don't want to say on Instagram. I can't lose my Instagram. So Instagram hasn't said anything mean about me, so I think we're good. I'm going to get off of my Instagram now, and I'm going to get off of my YouTube now. I need all of you guys to go to Kick, Rumble, and X. So guys, take care. Let me get off of here. We're going to end the chat now. Go live to your audience. View insights, download, share as a reel. There it is. Okay. So I'm sharing all of this stuff you just saw. The debrief. Cool. Got it. And share. Okay. So you guys, it'll still be on Instagram. I just shared the whole thing on there, and I'm going to do the same thing with my TikTok in a little bit. For those of you who are watching me right now on Facebook, on Instagram, on Facebook and YouTube and Twitch, I'm gonna end those streams for Facebook. Let's see.
We got one more YouTube super chat.
Okay.
From Dapper Dev. This is a super random mic, but your background in this room where you're filming is awesome. Love it. Much love from Seattle. Cool. Thanks for $10.
Nice. Appreciate that, man. Dapper Dave. Yeah, you like the background. Cool. We'll have a different, I'll be in a different room every day for everyone. Okay. I appreciate that, man. Thank you guys so much. Okay. So what I need for all of you guys who are watching me right now. Oh, wait, we got another. Is that another super chat? Yeah. This is, okay. I appreciate that. Thank you, man.
I'm
all right.
only seeing one right now.
Here's what's going to happen. I need you guys. We're going to edit this and we're going to go schedule. Okay. Hold on. How do we do it? Oh, you just click the icon. I'm going to turn these off. So Facebook is going in 3. If you guys are watching on Facebook, thank you so much. 3, 2, 1, and we are off of Facebook. Okay, and you are off of there. Save changes. Okay, Twitch. We're going off of Twitch. Thank you guys for watching us on Twitch. Please, for those of you on Twitch, hold on. Let me post it in the chat. Let's post Kick in the chat. Okay. Here's my Kick address. Guys, go here to my Kick address. And then here is my Rumble address. Everybody go to my Rumble address. I just posted it in the chat. Click that right now. Get in the lifeboat. Get in the lifeboat. We're about to get out of here. All you guys watching me on Twitch, I appreciate you guys. My first ever Twitch. Let me see how many people. We got a few. We got a lot of comments. We don't have that many people watching us right now, but we're getting off of Twitch right now. Thank you guys for watching me on Twitch. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Okay. And save changes. And then lastly, all of you guys on YouTube, that's the majority of you. I still have 75 people watching me on YouTube. I need you guys to get off of the YouTube right now. Please go to Rumble, go to Kick. I just put Rumble and Kick. Try Kick out, guys. I'd love for you guys to check out Kick. And make sure you guys are watching me there, okay? I still see 75 of you watching me on YouTube. This stream is about to end in 10, 9, 8, 7. Please, guys, all you guys on YouTube, go over to Rumble right now, okay? Click the link in the chat or go over to Kick right now. 3, 2, 1. See you guys in just a second.